Kelowna has become so popular it is now an international destination. Flights from the U.S. as well as Mexico. They were the top 4 teams this week in Kelowna. Today, 2 of those teams could take a big step towards the final. The playoffs begin at the Montana's Brier. So here we go from the 18 teams that began play a week ago. Friday night, we're down now to 6 at Prospero Place, heading into this playoff weekend, and we sorted it all out last night. It was the Pool B teams and 2 key games. Yep. This one was for first place. Mike McEwen, runner-up a year ago against Brad Jacobs, and could not make the angle, hold it, and it would be the win for Jacobs to claim first place. Now, the other game was for third place and a spot at the top of the pool. Ontario's Sam Moybrook from Whitby, Ontario. Owen Purcell from Halifax, Moybrook, and he can't sit it down. And Purcell goes on, and the Blue Nosers are through in Pool B. Elsewhere was a good finish for Quebec and Asselin and Scoffin. Thomas with 4 wins, the most ever by a team from Yukon. So here's how it finishes up. There you have it. Jacobs, McEwen, Purcell with that win over Moybrook. Dunstone, Gushue, and Carruthers gets the 3rd spot by his round-robin win over John Epping in Northern Ontario. And on this Friday afternoon, we do say hello, Canada. Welcome back to Kelowna, our playoff coverage now with this year's Montana's Brier and Joe and Russ. And we'll hear from Kathy momentarily. My goodness, what a dramatic way to end round robin, both yesterday afternoon and last night. Vic,
it is always so dramatic. Such a short round robin. Every game means so much. It's hard to believe John Epping with his young team in front of him going home with only 2 losses. But wow, Owen Purcell in Pool B, first Nova Scotia team to make it to the playoff round since '06. That was Mark Dacey.
So now it's about the Page qualifying games. And in our featured game, it is Brad Jacobs against Team Canada, Brad Gushue. What I've noticed about Jacobs since his arrival with this team from Alberta, he's a much more mellow Brad Jacobs.
He is and he isn't, though. He was brought on board for that intensity. What I noticed last night in that last round robin game, though, so much fire and intensity from all 4 of these players, but that's during the shot. Afterwards, all that fire, all that intensity, if there's a miss, oh, no problem, you'll get the next one. Very even-keeled. They're riding the highs really high, but they're not getting too low, staying nice and neutral.
Hard to believe that your 6-time champion, Gushue, would be considered, I think, by some, by probably many, the underdog in this.
Yeah, and they've been criticized all the way through this past season. They've been working on more rotation with the Rock. They changed their rotation, which also got criticized. Botcher can't brush, you can't win. They didn't win any spiels coming into this. I think they're still the favorites. Mark's going to be Mark, Brad's going to be Brad, and Brendan Botcher in the last 5 draws is the best player in the building.
So that is our feature. Kathy will keep an eye on the other game between Dunstone and McEwen. It's the Page qualifiers from the Brier.
Winning the Brier multiple times for me, more than anything, would just be a relief. It would kind of validate that I'd be able to win it more than once, which would be fantastic. You gotta cross your fingers and hope that things go your way.
Obviously, the relationship with Brendan in that team, and certainly with Brett with our team, I think there's that natural rivalry there. But, you know, it's intense, but not too intense.
The 2025 Montana's Brier is presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By PointsBet, the official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires, growing together.
And from an arena full of games, we're down to just 2 now. And with a look at the other game, here's Kathy.
Well, with both McEwen and Dunstone at 7-1 in the round robin, Dunstone used his last rock draw numbers to get the choice of color. And they didn't choose their own color as much as they knew that Mike McEwen had not been able to throw red rocks since the scratch. They want them to figure it out during the game, and it's proven good so far because Dunstone got last rock. And for Mike McEwen and his team, they talk about the 85% win rate in those green jerseys. Will want to bounce back to keep those numbers where they are.
Time to meet the teams now, and it's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. They hail from the Glencoe Club in Calgary. Skipped by Brad Jacobs, backed up by Ben Hebert, Brett Gallant, and Mark Kennedy. Team Canada from the Remax Center St. John's Curling Club. Skipped by Brad Gushue with Jeff Walker, Brendan Botcher, and Mark Nichols. And Jacobs, by virtue of his perfect undefeated round-robin record, 8 straight. He does get the last rock. He's got the stones as well. Red and Hammer. Team Canada at 7-1 are playing the yellow, and to get us underway on this page qualifying day here at the Brier, this is the Team Canada lead, Jeff Walker.
91% Jeff Walker, and that only gets you 6th place. The percentages are off the charts this week, partly because of the absolute pristine ice conditions.
Now I have to just clarify something. It's not that Mike McEwen has a niche. That the scratch that Kathy was referring to was the scratching of the stones, the sharpening of the stones, and so he has an ointment to
Victor, do not go down this tunnel.
Anyway, that's what happened. They after, I guess it was after Tuesday night. They sharpened the stones, and so he hasn't been able to play with those red stones since.
That's hard to believe.
Curl in a bit. Brett's rock for sure. Brett's rock. Yep. A little more. Yep. Good.
All right, let's check keys to the game. And we will start with Team Canada.
Mark Madness, it's that time of year for Mark Nichols. He just has a way of turning it up a notch, even though he's the #1 third as it was. And you got the classic battle, Mark against Mark, two of the best that have ever played this sport. Strength up the middle for Canada. Nichols, again, #1. Botcher, as I mentioned in my opening, the last 5 games has been #1. That could be key for Gushue victory.
Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Fight the 4. Keep going. Touch the line.
Keep going, Mark. Keep going.
Around they go.
Good scrub.
Now the keys for Brad Jacobs.
It's hard to pick on something with this strong team from Alberta, but there were some lefty lessons they missed out on last night. There was if you run a path up with the right-handed curlers a bunch of times, there was a couple times Mark from the left-handed hack got more curl, crashed on guards. Needs a bit more ice in that situation. And win the Brattle. This game is going to come down to which skip plays better. Brad Jacobs needs to win that battle at skip.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Scotty's Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties.
More.
And around they go. They put the corner up, as you say, for a reason, and they use it right away.
You probably, if you carried those 4 rocks down, you wouldn't have done quite as good a job.
Did you throw in practice? No. Okay.
What's that broom, though?
Pack lead.
Yeah.
Brendan's first 3 games were mid to low 80s, and he's worked his way up to tied for first with the guy he's playing against.
Low. Just high. Yep. Hard. Switch. Watch the shooter. Stay with the shooter, Jeff.
And watch that shooter now as they dig it out. And look at that as they'll roll it behind cover, back edge of the 4.
Good sweep.
Are we in for a classic here?
Perfect speed control. The broom was in the right spot. This is a fresh line. You expect a bit of extra curl, and they managed it perfectly.
Yep. Wow.
Brett Gallant.
Curl, Mark.
Curl, whoa.
Kennedy.
Whoa.
And real close. Oh, you bet. Oh, and then he stuffed the middle stone, and it's behind cover. Sitting back edge of the 4.
Good shot. That red one's usable.
Good shot, buddy.
Oh. He touches them all.
You want a couple more feet, Ben?
Got to be careful, trying to get the triple. You don't even get the double. Then you're in big trouble.
Bit of room. Top room. Bit of room, guys. Room. Top 8. Bit of room. Weight's good. Wait on weight. Line's close. Whoa, whoa. Wait on weight, guys. Close. Wait on weight. Right there. Gotta go a bit. Go. Yep. Keep it moving. Fully. Hard. Hard. Keep going. Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Get some separation on that red. Hard, 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 hard. Okay, good shot, Brier. A little bit further in there, hey? Good
Pretty good spot. Any deeper makes the run double a little easier. Even if Brett can just plant this and keep the rock that's run back in the rings, that'll force Gushue to chase it in the house.
I wonder if they need this kind of speed because of that. They want to stick it.
And they'll drive it by, leave the shooter again out in front.
We want that speed because they were going after the run double. So you catch any piece of that back 4-foot rock, it should leave town.
Hoping to hang around. And they're going to loop again.
That hammer efficiency, of course, scoring 2 or more points when you do have the last drop.
Yeah, 59%. That's an outstanding number for Team Jacobs. Usually you look for 45 to 55% as the range, so they definitely surpassed that. They scored a ton of points all week long.
Yeah, I mean, they had a record 20
Top 8. Weight's good.
scored earlier in the week against the team from Hay River.
Half 4. Jeffson. Half 4. We're all there. Half 4. Clean. Brendan now. Brendan now. We're there. Gotta go for half 4. Gotta go. Okay, we're good. Good.
The front end for Team Ken knows exactly those things are going right out of the thrower's hand.
Yeah, that's a new skill for Brendan Botcher. Leaning and learning lots from Jeff Walker, one of the best.
Yeah. I thought it was close.
Now here's to your point. You're coming out of a hack that's a good 12 inches, a different angle. No matter how well he throws it, it's still a different angle being left-handed. You're going over a slightly different piece all the way down.
Go land. And this time will not make contact. Does open up that center line, however.
Here, Mark.
Outstanding week. The only team to go through undefeated 8 straight. But look at how he started off with all that, like 40 points. I think when you added up, there are a total of 70 points scored by Brad Jacobs.
Yeah. Yep. Line's a little tight. Don't want to go. Okay, line's a little tight. No, we're good. We're good.
Line's fine.
We're good. It's okay. Room length. Wait on weight. 3 feet short. Wait on weight. Clean. 3 feet. Weight's good. Yep. Yep. 3 feet short. Hard. Curl. Good shot. Good call.
Jacobs played in Pool B.
Yeah, out turn hair high. Think high, have a chance.
Gushue played in Pool A, and they were perfect, as was Dunstone until their game yesterday afternoon. Dunstone won it. He gets first place, and that's why he's playing Mike McEwen, who is number 2 in Pool B.
Clean, yep. Oh! I don't know.
Again, stuff. And it'll spill, but they did jam that one rock. It's in behind cover. They're getting closer, though, the Jacobs team.
Yeah, getting late, though.
How'd you really get on that one?
A little bit of set on this first one.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Don froze.
They're not doing anything. Just hard at the nose and your mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, too.
he trying to go behind it or on top of it?
He's trying to go on top of his yellow.
Okay.
I can't see getting any faster than after what I threw on the draw of the button is still that speed.
I think you're that. Yeah,
Okay.
I think you're that.
That was T-line. We're looking for top 8.
Right. There.
Well, the player better was Brad Jacobs.
Room. Weight's good.
As I said, it's going to be a battle.
Wait, room. Whoa. For 2 hours we can wait. Line's good. Okay, Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Right,
Skip Stone's here in 1.
Whoa. Top of the hair. Whoa. Close. Yep. You want to move it? Hard. Yep. Hard. Right to it. Set.
Very nice. Getting it lined up was key. There's a fraction of an angle, but you can't do too much better than that.
I like that little angle that way. Me too. Yeah. At least if he rolls now, that's staying pretty well buried. Yeah.
Give that a clean cups or something. I rolled that over something.
Right on the nose here.
Yeah, you bet.
Middle.
You wonder, Mark said he set his first one and it almost fell. The second one did nothing, but this is now an in-turn. You'd have to think it would curl a fraction. They're taking 0 ice.
What a week. Undefeated and 93% for Brad Jacobs.
Yep.
Quickly.
Hard, Ben.
Hebert.
Hard.
Here we go. Run it back. And they're going to leave it there again.
All right, change it
So
up.
maybe that, as he said, he liked that little slight angle, and it pays off. It sits right there. Center line, though, is open.
Change it up a bit.
That did come up a bit. Now he might have helped it too, but it's a good shot just the same.
Oversetting.
Oh, I know. Gentle there. Sensitive.
Straight spot like that, you're not surprised to see the thrower try to use the sweepers. He was a fraction away from making that.
You could draw there. That'd be a good spot.
What if you ever tapped a shade low? That's a guaranteed force. If you just leaves him an open hit.
Yeah, it's an open hit.
I know, but there's no blank.
Yeah, fair enough.
Get this one back to there. Right, like I think if we make that, he's probably taking that on.
Oh, well, to make it real good, I think he's taking it on for the blank. Yeah.
I don't mind leaving it for him.
You like that, Jeff? Yeah, I do. Okay. I'm good with it.
Try to get it to its back of the force. We can't.
What's most important here, Russ? Are you thinking about a steal if you're Team Canada, or is it about the force?
I would normally think about the steal in this situation because you could tap that, but it's the guy that's throwing next, Jacobs. You got to give him so much credit. They leave it some type of double. He's taking it on, probably making it.
Wow, especially he kind of rolled it.
He did. Just had to get a foot through.
He'll get curl. Like
Yeah,
we
thought the weight was a little bit deeper.
This much. Yeah, I know. This much more curl. That almost died going out of the rings.
You'd love to try to force Brad to draw looking at 2 in the first end, but anywhere they kind of put this around the guard, there'll be a double and roll out for the blank.
Yeah, I think 8 to 10.
That's what I'm seeing. Yeah.
Inner line here, assuming that Brad will need a little bit more weight. Try to get to the inside and tap it to the T line. Roll behind the guard.
Line's good. Back 12.
Back line.
Clean. Back 12. A little hard.
Clean. Heavy.
Yep. See, we're hard.
Should die down here, though.
Whoa.
Gushue in his last. They've had Jacobs on the back foot to start here in the first.
Curl. Roll it.
And push it back, and they are, and will sit the 2. They've got that shooter maybe 3/4 underneath, maybe even more than that. Oh gosh, looks really good.
That was the plan.
At least.
They cannot blank now.
Just hit a little dead. What's that? It hit a little dead.
Oh, did it?
Okay, well, we got to cross the face. They've been dead across the face all week, but.
Good shot. On 12-8. I think that ice is close too. Start nailing weights right now.
Yep. That's the key point. You're never going to see Jacobs miss the broom by virtually anything. It's the only way he misses this is not picking the right speed.
Weight's great.
Oh.
Clean. Hair light if anything.
Yep.
It's good though.
Clean.
Good weight.
Clean.
Just clean.
Jacobs was also forced
Curl.
in his showdown with Mike McEwen last night. Took one in the first, still went on to win the game. And so it's a quick flip of the last rock. Team Canada will have it when we come back.
Right on, boy.
They are called the Page qualifying games. We're down to the final 6 from the 18 that began play here at this year's Montana's Brier in Kelowna. And our featured game is the only undefeated team in the field, and that is Brad Jacobs. Forced to a single in that first means that Team Canada and Brad Gushue have the last rock. They have the hammer here in 2 playing the Yellowstones. Kathy keeping her eye on the other game featuring Mike McEwen and Matt Dunstone.
Gotta go for line now, too. Hard, Brent. Hard. Well, we're on the guard. Whoa, bounce it off, bounce it off. Okay. A little lighter, little different path. Up with the baton.
Full 4.
Tight ice or good ice?
Well, based on what we just saw,
Minimum
it's
for
minimum.
me, but
I'll give you a 4 set.
okay.
All right, Kathy, our first update on McEwen and Dunstone.
Well, McEwen clearly has parked yesterday's loss. It has been a full court press against Matt Dunstone. They've been trying runbacks, and they've not been able to remove them all. In fact, Matt's first one picked out his own stone and left Mike lying 2. That is what he faces now. He needs to draw to the 4-foot to score.
Nice. Got a little light, guys. Nice.
Dunstone has won all 5 meetings this year of these 2 teams, but Mike owns the record at the Brier head-to-head. It is McEwen 3, Dunstone 0 when they play in this field.
Grind, baby,
Wow.
grind, baby, grind.
All on its own, and finally settles by that much for a single.
Third to a quarter. Whoa, curl. Okay. It's not good. Well, boys.
As they leave their shooter now, protecting shot rock, back of the button, belonging to Jacobs.
We're either chasing on that red or going here again.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. You like this?
Yeah.
They were hoping to catch that a little thinner and get Brendan's shooter spinning off.
I'll give you top 4.
Yep. That's a lot less.
Yeah, I know.
Clean.
12,
Clean. Go ahead.
Line's good.
Yep.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Go ahead, Mark.
Line's
Line's
good.
good.
Looks a lot
Line's good.
lighter
Where are you?
early.
Gotta go. Top 4.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Top button. Line's a little tight.
Line's good. Mark.
Line's a
Always
little
mark.
tight.
Always
Oh, you
mark.
got
Hard,
Kenneth.
Mark. Come on. Hard. Go.
And
Come
Ebert.
on. Hard. Straight up.
Keep going.
Come on.
Keep going. A little more. A little more.
And not
That's a good
quite,
spot, man.
obviously short.
That's a good spot. Good throw, Brett.
It actually ended up pretty good.
15-1.
It's hard to remove.
2/3, 3/4.
I guess it'll spin if they get this the right way, but that's a very raisable rock, and it's protected by the yellow.
And it's better than being heavy there.
Yeah.
Just through the path. Sometimes these paths, they get faster and faster as you go. So use the sweepers. He's definitely in tolerance there.
Whoa. Close. Curl.
Brendan Botcher.
Curl. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Yep. Good. Touch it.
Wow.
Three on this rock, nice shot.
Opens up everything, scatters it, still leaves
Real nice.
Jacob shot rock.
Good call, Brad. Under one of those rocks. Good throw. I have no idea.
This is awesome. Brendan Botcher can throw it as hard as anyone.
Island, breathe.
Is that ever good?
Rolls over for a corner.
10.5, guys.
Just such a swing shot in the end.
It's just incredible.
Yeah. Looks like minimum to me, but I think it's close.
Clean.
Good. Clean.
Mark Kennedy as we play third stones.
Hair light.
Here in the second.
Hard, Brett.
Push, buddy.
Hard, Brett.
Push,
Hard. Hard, right to it. Hard. Great sweep. Great sweep.
Great sweep, buddy.
Great
Good boy.
sweep.
Right, Gushue on the previous missile from Botcher. There
Mark.
was some shrapnel after it hit on the ice.
Great job, buddy.
I don't hate this roll under.
Something came off the bottom of one of those rocks.
Yeah, Jeff was playing a come around, and then it came up really light and curled, so there might have been something under that rock of Jeff's. Just grab some debris.
True.
Four. Yep. It's gotta go.
From right behind Mark Nichols.
Gotta keep it off the line if you can. Hard. Hard. Hard, Jeff. Hard. Still got it. Whoa. Yep. I got the roll. Whoa.
And roll it. And it'll spill and show now on that out-turn side.
Nice to roll a rock anyway. Yeah.
Pretty good, though. If you get it dead buried, the short run with this caliber of players, not that tough. These are sometimes trickier because they're hoping to hang around here, and you've got to get crazy close to your own.
Quite straight.
Right straight.
Quite.
Rolled a good.
I think I'd rather have them aiming at that one, Joanne.
Yeah, I mean, you leave that dead buried, that nose is made, and then it's a longer double.
It's close.
Kennedy.
Forcing finesse in a different line is always a good idea.
Clean, yep. Well, clean, yep. Hard, Brett. Hard. Hard, anything.
Nothing.
Okay, not bad.
Actually gets a little
We'll see.
twist to the outside.
Boy, Mark. Nice play, buddy. That was perfect.
Yeah, good sweep, guys.
Yeah. Under the roll under again.
What? No, we can make this and stick around. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to go
like
here
this
or
too.
just like solid normal?
I think it's solid.
Okay. You don't want to try to roll all the way. Probably need peel for that.
Yeah.
Let's throw
Probably.
Maybe just here.
Yeah, sure.
Middle of rock post.
Let's make the bullet double and roll 9 feet buried behind the yellow. Just throw this fairly hard.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Watch the shooter.
And drives it by, rolls it over. Wow. He's hit the shot rock now. Center line, top 8.
My fault.
He's lucky enough to hold the broom for Nichols that one season, and it's a deceiving throw because he's so strong. He lets it go and it looks like a 10, or and it ends up being an 8. Like it's so hard, and that's what happened there. I think he just threw it through the break.
Well, they called Peel on that, though.
Yes, yeah. But it was maybe Peel.
Nail that weight, Cupsy.
Nail the weight. I had a 10-1 on Marks. Like
what you had,
Nichols.
Okay.
Weight's good.
Oh, easy.
10-7. 10-7. Clean.
10.5.
Clean.
Yep. Weight's good, Mark.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep. Hard, Brett.
Hard.
Right to it, pal. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it.
You're good.
10-6. Good.
And you're good to sit 2.
Nice weight, Cups. Good job, buddy. Other boy.
Yeah. That's the problem. I mean, Jacob said, all I want to do is add one more title. And that title also came when they were very young. When you think back to 13, what a couple of wonderful years it was, then going on to a gold medal in Sochi. And that's one of the issues he said to Kathy and me before the game. When you win so early in your career, you expect it to almost be every year. And that has been the difficulty for him, Kathy.
Well, it does put so much pressure. He just said, when it came so easy so quickly, you feel that every time you come to this event, you're going to be in a final or you're going to be at the top of the podium. And even if you have a good week, but you're not in those 2 positions, you start to question, and it just starts to get in your way.
Half back 4? Like full back 8.
I feel like he's going to play that.
It's funny you hear that storyline from Brad Gushue himself when winning the Olympic gold so young, assuming he would win all these Briers, and it took a while.
It was something like 11 or 12 before he got there.
Yeah, 6 and then 17. It's just hard to believe. You would think on tour that they would play more. This is just the second meeting of the season for these 2. They met in St. John's, and it was a win by Jacobs.
It's a little tight. Little bit, Jeff.
Looking like a force for Team Canada, so they're going to try to generate a skips 2 here, trying to come around the rock at the top of the rings.
I heard Brad say, let's get it deep so that he has to follow us.
Oh. All the way, all the way, all the way, curl sweep.
And back they go. Shot rock.
He could also just pick it.
It's the speed he wanted, actually. It looks like he's heavy, get it poked out in the open. He just needed more ice because he wanted to force Jacobs to follow it as opposed to hit it.
Thinking 12 right there. Okay.
I think there might be a little more curl out there today, Russ, because everything's kind of over curled going that way. The center guard to start the end was across the line fully.
Jeff wrecked last end.
Well, it wasn't. No, I thought it was a hair light out of my hand, but if anything.
All good.
It's like minimum to me, but
looks like a little min.
We're back in the house, but it's close.
12, I think you're good, Bretsky.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know that way, Cups?
Zero reason to get near the guard here. You can hit and roll out and accomplish what you want.
Probably go, Brett. Brett, you gotta go. Brett, you gotta go hard, buddy.
Yep. Really gotta dig, Brett. Dig.
Back to land, right out of his hand.
Head down, head down, head down. I got you. Hard!
Just keep your head down.
It's good. Keep going.
Hebert will be the headlights. He'll watch.
Whoa. Yep. Roll it. Whoa.
There he goes.
Oh, great shot.
So facing 3, Team Canada with their
I
last.
thought he was tight. Looks a little more.
Great shot, bud.
Nice scrub.
Great weight.
Great scrub.
Good call, Cups.
Little excitement early there.
Well, that's the sweepers. They look at where the center line is, where they think the rock needs to be on the center line, and they're anticipating that line call before it's even made.
You guys good with this turn?
Yep.
Okay. This looks a little bit more inviting.
Same weight?
Yeah. A little more ice, Brennan. Yeah. You think same's fine here?
I like the same. I think if anything, it's a couple feet slower over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Haven't seen this side this end, but they would have warmed it up in pregame practice.
They're up quite a ways, too. We haven't had frost for 4 or 5 days, so it should glide pretty good.
It was an issue early in the event until dehumidifiers were brought in.
Back 8.
And now Walker.
14.
And Nichols.
Good shot. Good.
And to the back 4. And finally does settle down for a single. So we trade singles through the first 2. Winners will move on to the 1-2 page playoff.
I had 14 on the nose.
They're called the page qualifiers. Today, this afternoon, and tonight. The winners of these 2 games will go to the 1-2 page playoff. And of course, the bonus there is you win that one and you go right through to Sunday's final. As we drop in now on Ben Hebert throwing the lead stones for Brad Jacobs. Will have the last rock back. Has the hammer here in 3 of a 1-1 tie playing the red stones.
Keep going. Go.
Brad Jacobs calling Ben Hebert the Brad Marchand of the curling world. You know, when you play against him, you hate him, but when he's on your team, you want him. And it's interesting that earlier today, Brad Marchand, a little bit of grit that everybody and every NHL team wants, was traded. And he's now a member of the Florida Panthers, the Boston Bruins, sending him in a late NHL trade deadline deal.
Line's good. Room. I think we're right to it. Well then. Room.
Weight's good.
We don't need it. Okay, play the weight.
Weight's good, Brad.
Play the weight. Rock short. Jeffson needs a curl. Whoa, we're good. We're right to it. Got to be heavy.
There.
It's not curling at all.
Jacobs had a clear plan starting this end. Gushue went tight center line guard. They went to the wing, but that second guard went up, trying to force the issue.
You like peeling?
All right, let's go and check in on the other game. Again, the winner of this one will go to the 1-2 page playoff.
Well, Colton Flash made 2 perfect freezes, one around the corner and one on the forefoot, but Matt Dunstone on his first made a brilliant crosshouse double, picking out both of those frozen stones cleanly and leaving himself lying 3. That's why Mike McEwen is in the situation he is. He is electing to hit to score his single.
Easy, Kev. Easy. Yep. Good shot. One red.
For his single to tie it. And both games going to the third in a 1-1 tie.
We got the same room or less.
Jacobs went after the long double peel, which would have been the best result. Didn't quite get it, just missed it by a hair. But you might see Mike McEwen hit the middle one when in that same situation, because the long one was so long.
Less too.
Chance for Gushue to get out of this little bit of a mess here.
A little bit.
Hard for line.
Hard line.
Hard for line. We're to it. Hard for line. Hard for line.
Last one ran
Back
straight.
four. Hard. Stay down. Stay down, Mark. Whoa. Just do it. Whoa. Wait,
and down and to it they are.
Good shot. Good sweep.
Please bump that on the nose is good, guys. Yeah, that'd be real good.
Get to the nose. Back line.
Like a
Back line just through.
These are the ones with the aggressive curl hog line in that you have to nail the speed. 5 feet light, you're all over the center guard. 5 feet heavy, you might not even touch the rock you're trying to nose.
Nice boost.
Weight's good.
Weight's good.
Clean. Yep.
Weight's good. Clean.
Weight's good. Clean. Yep. Back line.
Yes, gotta go.
Yep.
Brett Galland.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
come on, we're close.
Hard, Mark.
Real close, buddy.
Kennedy.
Clean. Girl. Clean. Clean.
And Hebert takes
clean.
over.
Clean. Yes.
And down to it again. So there is room again to follow it down.
Well, good shot, Brett. Very nice.
Good, maybe.
Good shot.
Good, Brett.
There might be a red-yellow double there at some point.
Beautiful. Just a shade quicker than the first end.
Yes.
Play it a few
I think
feet.
yours will run even better than Brendan's a couple feet.
T-line.
Is there a reason why they're going with this turn compared to the one we just saw?
Yeah, you can't really navigate that port with draw weight on the other side of the sheet, and they've also just thrown this twice, so they'll have a really good idea on speed.
T-line.
Easy, Jeff.
Whoa. Weight's close. Weight's close.
Decided Marks might slide a couple feet farther, plus
We're all there.
quite a few down the spot. This should glide forever.
Hard. Yes.
Walker.
Hard. We're to it. Bumping. Hard. Stay on it, Jeff. Stay on it.
Bumping a little.
Whoa. Go now.
And right to it. Very nice. Some wonderful shot making here in the third.
Cut.
Yes. Hard. We're to it. Bumping. Hard. Stay on it, Jeff. Stay on it.
Bumping a little.
Whoa. Go now.
Okay.
We could almost have left it.
So.
Not with this shot, you don't. Oh, not with the run
What
back.
turn?
No, not with the run back, though. We're just saying pick it.
Well, then he just goes there again.
No.
I was thinking about running it, get the guard off, and
Okay, go. You think that red's moving if you play the pick?
what's that?
You think the red's moving a little if we pick it?
You might. Yeah. I mean, there's a good chance of touching it. If you like the pick, I'm good with that.
Can you see the pick from your hack, though?
Hey, you got to see it, Mark.
Oh,
Yeah, this is tougher for Mark being lefty. Oh.
A quarter of it. I make the peel.
How's that look, Mark?
Exactly.
Through the run back here in the first end. In this exact same spot.
So the mindset is what? One or the other?
Yes, you cannot. That's right. It's a professional error here. You've got to miss narrow here. It's not a lot of space to hit that back one, so Mark will be smart with it.
Yep. Whoa.
Yep. Whoa.
Curl.
Real big.
Gallant.
Curl hard.
Oh, he did get it by. And picks it right off the face and does unlock them.
Come on, Mark.
Shot.
Nice shot. It's a good situation for both teams here. Gushue can still lock one in there right on the button, buried. There's a few reds piling up for Alberta. They just know their shot so well, don't they?
Weight's good.
Line's good, Jeff.
Line
I
similar.
felt like it was a little less.
Hard.
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Line's good. Weight only, guys.
Going again.
Weight's good.
With Mark Nichols.
Line's good. Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa. Line's curl. This one's running.
Yeah.
Always Brendan if you're going.
Whoa. We're there. Whoa.
And down just taps it a little bit, so
Good shot.
some separation. Shot rock does belong to Team Canada.
Shoot. Just slid a little better second.
Sorry.
Just a foot or two heavier is all it was.
Can't really play the out-turn freeze. There's no hole for drawing.
Right.
You're right.
Think you can make it with this turn?
Well, I probably need back 4.
Yeah, that's the weight.
Yeah.
That's the call for sure.
Yeah.
I'm in there nice.
Just a heavy draw, Mark.
That looks tough to navigate
No kidding.
from our vantage
I
point
think
here.
it's back 8 to get through. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
Mark's
play.
saying he
Yeah,
needs a
let me
little
know
more
what
weight
looks good for
so that it
ice for
doesn't
you here, 'cause of
curl
that
quite
guard.
as hard once it starts to break. So just get by that outside red up in the corner, and we'll just get by the center line one.
Like you said, T-line weight, there's no port, so they have to throw more than that. More than that at a buried rock is dangerous. I thought they might run the yellow back.
I feel like a 14-7 though. So
You can run it onto the red or the yellow and come up good.
This is the best result, though. If he can navigate the port, get some curl past the guard, they will be sitting 2 after Mark's shot here.
Yeah, he might see something here, getting a couple multiple points, right?
It's there.
Yep.
T-line.
There you go, Hebert.
Yep.
Might have enough.
Look at this.
Weight's close.
Yep.
Staying with it. Now you got to get by that high one first.
Clean.
Weight's good.
Keep it out there.
Hard.
Keep it out there.
Hard bend. Hard bend.
Now
hard bend,
it's the
hard
carry.
bend.
Got to buy that
Hard,
one
keep
too.
going, Mark.
Oh, look at the
All the way.
overcurl.
Off that
And
one.
down to it. Move it far enough. Not quite.
Great sweep.
Great shot, Mark.
Wow, he did a great job. He to keep it off that high one, and then they just got by the tight guard.
Tickled the guard.
It did.
Got to know.
It didn't.
Might have got that second guard.
Hard bend. Hard bend. Hard
Oh,
bend.
my goodness.
Hard bend. Hard. Keep going, Mark. All the way. Off that one.
Great shot.
That's a good shot.
Had to play it tight there. I don't think you want to be begging the rock to curl in that spot.
Back red.
Try and hit around 3/4 of the one that's buried. Okay. Is that enough ice for me? Probably on the minimum side.
Really dove, hey? But
It
I know
did.
It was really light.
It really came down. Like you must have first one down, got a little curl,
They
dug
swept
in.
that the whole way.
Yeah, this should slide a little
The
bit.
awareness, Joanne, it's just...
Yeah,
We talked about how Mark's
Do you
lost a
think
bit of
similar
speed,
weight
how
to what I
it
just
curled
threw
more,
past?
a little more than they expected. So now they've got a little bit of a better framework on this one.
Yeah, they're never sleeping through the opposition's
hard for me to
shots. They're
shot.
learning always. Brad's in turn versus Mark Kennedy's out turn, so should get a little bit more curl. They took a bit more ice.
Clean,
Chipstone's
clean,
here in
that's
3.
Whoa, whoa,
Clean.
curl.
Curl.
Whoa, clean.
Clean.
Little heavy.
Curl. Yeah. Curl.
Get it off that stone first.
Curl.
Get it off that one. They did that. Now, much more room.
Right to it. Right to it.
And push it back. Oh, how sweet is that to sit 2 without last rock.
Special.
It's just such an arc there that the weight comes out of it. Good shot. Good, not great, but
Yeah.
a little heavy, eh?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, Brad's saying good, not great, because the shooter rolls out into the open. He's happy that he's now sitting 2. Just wanted a little bit more curl.
Thanks.
Leaf that.
For ice.
Well, at least my weight, I think.
12.5.
They hit enough of it.
Half buried or so, yeah.
this isn't bad. If he doesn't get all the way there, you can play off the red one.
Yeah. We've got some options.
Good toss.
Perfect.
12.5, Mark. Get to 2/3.
Nail that weight, Cups.
Mark, they're trying to set it up for a score of more than 1 here, but they've got to protect their score here. Get this buried.
Weight's real good.
12. 12-5.
Whoa.
12.
Whoa. Clean. Curl. Curl.
Brad Jacobs
Curl.
first.
Clean. Curl. Clean. Curl.
Again, long guard.
Curl.
Fine.
Curl.
Tight
Clean.
guard.
Curl.
Fine too.
Whoa. No roll.
Now where are you going to go?
No roll.
Oh, and he rolls it over, and they sit top button, shot rock,
Attaboy.
and underneath.
Oh, man. Beautiful.
Big call. Beautiful.
It's around the horn there.
You entered me with that
11-8.
nuts there. How good was that nuts?
Oh, that was the nuts.
keep talking about speed control, Russ. Time these from hog to hog. They said they wanted a 12. It was an 11.8. Brad has been so accurate with his weights.
And that's the key. Everybody thinks it's his delivery, but it's actually get that speed nailed down. You heard him say that in number 1.
I'm just thinking if we do this, we want to do it as thick as we can to kind of not move this very much.
Yeah, it's either
like
that
ideally we can get this one all the way to there. Well, that's the other point. But thin, man, I think.
Crotch him, do you kill that?
What's that?
If you crotch him, you may kill that, eh?
Well, the 6 goes nowhere. We just got to get that out of here a little bit. Yeah, it's, which way do you like? Do you like thin or thick?
I like thin.
Thin is going to be hard to get your shooter where you want it because it's going to almost trap in the pocket there.
I think I think it kind of comes up here a little bit more.
Get the red one first.
Yeah,
good things are going to happen here.
Yeah, I don't like leaving. Man, I think you can make that, Brad.
Yeah, but it's what happens after, Mark. Yeah, I know we can get there. It's just,
I feel like that's
well. If this rock doesn't move much, and our shooter gets anywhere low of it,
okay,
good. Yeah.
Okay, so what are you thinking? Half a rock?
I think you got to hit a little thinner than that.
You think thinner?
Seen a thin half to a third with like a good normal.
Oh, I'm thinking peel because I want.
Yeah, you need peel.
Move. Yeah.
Sure.
I like throwing more weight.
Yes, for sure. Because if you ever bump that other one, I'd like to get it out of the 8 foot.
Yeah.
So you're thinking the third?
Can virtually get shot rock here. it could come right back up and tickle the back of that shot rock.
Yeah, Brad was just concerned about what's going to happen with the yellow in the back. If he pushes it back, he may be second, maybe shot, but he doesn't want to leave a shot for 3 for Brad Jacobs.
Absolutely.
That was the big concern.
Yeah, they'd rather not move the closest yellow very far.
There's a little concern on the face of Brad Jacobs.
Not a ton of space past this guard.
No, true.
The murmur in the crowd settles. Final stone for Team Canada. And Brad Gushue here in this third. Right now, shot rock belongs to Jacobs.
Curl.
Come off one, off another, and back it up. Come up, come up, come up. Oh, you are. And you are the shot rock. Team Canada.
Yeah, it was kind of framed to go that way, whether he could bump it far enough. He just had to throw it hard.
Brendan was talking about coming off that side red after Brad's first rock before Brad Jacobs had even thrown.
Oh, great shot.
That's some great curling.
Might be there for 2.
Now the only question is, can you get to nose here and try to spill that yellow?
Need some speed. I'm not sure.
Backy.
You could give up a steal here just as easy.
Back 8 weight, so probably just playing for their 1 here.
Yeah, that weight cups.
I think that's safer to play for the 1. Any overthrow here, you chip out your own.
Brad Jacobs and his last.
Clean.
Defensively very strong, just the 1 steal given up. But right now it's a stolen point for Team Canada.
Curl. Keep going.
Can you move it far enough? Oh, and it looks like he did, so there was enough room. Trading them here, standing in the middle of the ring. It always amazes me. It's one thing to see it, but then to make it. He did.
And Brad had to throw this maybe a little outside his comfort zone. He doesn't throw it quite as hard as maybe Mark. Rolls it up absolutely perfect and cues it up. Not only forces Jacobs to make a good one for 1 because that yellow wasn't going anywhere. Really, really well played.
The key shot brought to you by PKT Tires. Drawing together. There was enough room just to move it back to score their single, and so we've traded singles through the first 3.
That's a small victory at this level. Team Jacobs played a brilliant, and any slight error from Gushue, it was looking like a 3. And all of a sudden, Jacobs has to make a great one just for the single.
So we welcome you back on this Friday afternoon to Kelowna. We're into the final 6 of this year's Montana's Brier. And we go to the 4th, and it is Team Canada and Brad Gushue once again with Last Rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstone.
What do you think, Brett?
Really close, guys.
We got room.
Might be close.
Easy.
Clean.
Sweep it for top 8. We got
Saw
one.
Jacobs last night in their game against McEwen.
Right now.
Line's close. Right on it.
They did this a few times. They went center line guard. Canada's now gone corner, trying to generate their 2, and instead of doing 2 center line guards lined up, they kind of overcurl the higher one, trying to block the path around that corner. So immediately that draws the play to the middle.
Put her on, man.
Yeah, I like the call, actually. Forces to play to the middle at least.
Kathy.
And it was a blank, and it was one of those ends where there was one guard, one rock, and neither particularly wanted to roll underneath it. So a simple end and a blank.
You could have just said blank.
I could have, but I didn't.
No, you
You asked for an update.
Thank you, Joe.
I appreciate it, Kathy.
2 against 2, you lose.
Yeah.
Get it. Good.
Oh, wow. Got it, indeed.
Boy, how good is that?
Brendan has been on fire with
goodness.
shots like that this week.
But, it's more than just a shot-making, Joe. I really do believe that the pressure is off him. And I think he's relishing the fact that I'm not skipping. I don't have to worry about that. I throw it here. I call line. I think it makes him or gives him a different perspective.
Yeah, it'd just be so easy for him to grip it too tight in the situation, though. He's joined a new team. He's now throwing to a skip who wants him to throw a certain way. He's made tweaks to his delivery. Just to see him rise to the occasion when it matters most is the coolest thing for an athlete.
Curl.
All of a sudden, Gushue's got everything he wants. 3 corners.
Go, man. Keep going. Click, curl. Keep going. Take the roll.
And gets a little piece underneath. But you got that stagger there on that
Behind the tee, which is good.
left side as we look at it.
Or we can play hack and do that.
Do we ever ignore it and just draw?
We can, for sure.
Like, I'm fine to hit it. I think the easier one's that way.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with this. Trying to get behind this one here.
Yeah.
I like putting some pressure on him by coming around here.
I like either the roll that way or the draw. I like the draw if you like it.
It's early enough. Speed's good, you think?
Russ, why not hit and roll over there?
Yeah, the hit is kind of keeps the blank alive, but with these 3 guards, I think Gushue's licking his lips, and the very best way to utilize those 2 guards on our left is just play the straight draw.
It's also an even end, a great time to score the 2, and the hit and roll would be pretty close to the tee line, if not behind the tee line.
And there you got a good idea of how Brendan Bottcher is playing so much better now towards the end of this event. Upwards of 96% now.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Hard, Jeff! Hard!
Keep going. Keep going.
Hard!
Keep going.
And this one, though, they did get it behind the stone they were hoping. Maybe just a couple of stones too deep.
You like that shot?
Boy, it's I thought they might play the freeze. It looks like it's lost in there.
Looks like 12-5.
What?
12-5. Right?
Yep,
For sure. Trying to hit a third of it, Mark.
It's a pretty high guard.
That guard's not in play.
Wow, I thought this was overburied. It is overburied.
It is overburied. It's almost buried behind the other guard. You cannot throw a lot of speed at this.
I heard Mark say, though, the guard isn't in play, so the trajectory, if it were to hit that top guard, then it would curl past the one in the rings.
Gotta nail the speed here, though, to get enough. If you're only going to hit a third of this, you need some speed to kill it.
Clean. Yep.
Remember now that Mark Kennedy and Brad Jacobs did play 3 seasons together, 19 through 22.
Clean. Straight. Clean. Straight. Hard.
Oh, and then just touches the high guard, and through it'll go.
My fault.
You heavy or no?
No, he was perfect. I don't think they ever said curl.
Try, Mark.
Then he gave it a couple.
Good try.
We're still drawing, yeah. Okay. The mine felt all the way up to speed.
It's the problem with the brooms are so good now.
Wait.
I thought the freeze was the play there because your shot rock, partly buried. Lock one in there, you've got your force. Somehow hitting that rolling behind the tee line anyways doesn't really help you.
We're all there.
Jeff, close for
line, go.
Mark Nichols.
You gotta go for line. Back four. Whoa.
Yeah, T-line.
Back four.
Clean. Little bump.
Whoa.
Little
Clean.
bump.
Yep.
Back
Yep.
Yep.
Tap it hard.
Whoa.
Yep. Yes. Hard. Hard.
Tapping at a rock.
Hard. Stay on it. Stay on it. Stay on it.
And coming down to it.
Good.
And exactly a stone. Tapped at a rock.
Good job.
Are we just trying like a freeze tap now? It's almost the same weight that he just threw. And you're trying to get to 3/4.
Same weight that he just.
Try to lock it on the side here and sit 2 if you're Jacobs. The speed in this path is getting really fast.
Back 4, back 8.
Back 4, guys.
14.5 seconds from hog to hog. That's kind of the speed to the button.
Back 4 is good.
If you're going to the middle, and that would have been back 8 foot or so.
Yeah, you bet, Mark.
Seeing that as enough ice.
Just can't chop off here.
Yeah, it's tough to sit too and not chop off.
One, obviously anything light's no good either. This is really precise.
Really surprised he didn't freeze in that previous. Got their work to do now.
Here late.
Line. Clean.
Back 4.
Clean.
Good.
Clean.
Good.
Clean.
Mark Kennedy.
Back button. Clean. Yep.
The
Freeze.
land. Right.
Yep.
Ebert out in
Yep.
front.
Hard dead. Hard, Brett.
Hard for
Come on,
speed.
Brett.
Oh,
You
this has gotta go.
You gotta dig, Brett. You gotta dig.
Gotta go.
You gotta dig.
Gotta go. Watch the over
on, Brett.
curl.
All right.
And it
That's okay,
will.
Mark.
Hey, Mark. Nice weight, buddy. Hey, Mark.
It's light.
Shot rock
Throw it,
there
it's
is
light.
Jacobs. That's the stone top 8, just outside the 4.
Big, big trouble here.
There's a piece.
2 and 3 belong to Team Canada.
Either got to try and lose it here, or we do something like this. Just creates a bit more of a pocket.
Yeah.
You think we can get under?
If we get to nose, I think it's a great shot.
Might as well try.
Wow.
Okay.
It's only
Just
game.
through.
Enough to bump it through the 8 foot. So you're probably going to need,
Probably gonna have to throw just through.
yeah, like,
If we get a little low.
yeah, I'm thinking like just to the hack even.
Okay.
Sure, throw it to like here.
I do think once it gets over the line for you, it'll come in there pretty good.
Yeah. And it'll dig in. Okay. I try to throw like hack out of your hand, just hack.
They don't want to roll into the
He's trying to nose this.
group of yellows.
Oh, he's
That'll just create a big pocket for Brad Jacobs to come to. So they're trying to get as close to nose as they can.
Clean.
Little heavy.
Clean.
Whoa.
Even
Heavy
talk a
hack.
little bit. Can you get across the nose and underneath?
Heavy hack.
Just
Curl.
such a tight guard. It has to curl a long ways past it to get to
Whoa,
nose.
Straight, go straight,
Archer.
go straight, go straight, go straight.
Plan B.
Get a bit of roll this way,
Walker.
Get a bit of roll this way. Go, 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 go,
And
go.
pushing
Okay.
it through. Weight was fine, just didn't come up for them.
Just too much ice. He's a bit aggressive on the release, but I think it's too much ice too. So.
Okay, so we like throwing peel? Probably, eh?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Such a
That
bad
to me,
angle.
Mark, looks like
I
a
think
quarter
half-
rock
yeah.
is good,
You had
eh?
half it.
Isn't it? The third. Yeah, I'm seeing a third.
Team from
me an
Alberta
intern
has
here?
been rolling all week long, but Brad said in an interview yesterday that the guys have been playing so good, I haven't had to make a ton. I've had a lot of open takeouts, and they're going to need one here.
You got cups about a third?
Quarter's better.
Okay.
Now this is the week that was for Brad Jacobs. Look at the numbers. 90s, and a couple of late 80s, high 80s. And right now, throwing a 96% game. He's enjoying it. Said to us before the game, it's like being in a new relationship, like dating a new girl. It's a honeymoon phase for them.
Whoa, yep, yep.
Enjoying every minute.
Gotta get this crazy thin.
Here we go, Hebert. And coming across, got two.
Oh, wow.
Great call, Mark. That a boy.
Really, really nice.
I was thinking the double's tough, but if he makes it, he rolls open.
Perfect.
Must have just missed the red one. Oh.
That wasn't a quarter, was it? That was dirty. Third?
Gave you some room to just throw it.
I thought it was actually a little like.
It's just as well to try it, I guess, eh?
Straight razor.
What kind of weight? Are you throwing peel?
Yep.
Okay.
It'll curl a bit here. For
I
me.
agree.
straight shave.
Yeah.
What else you see?
Either that or some sort of crisscross.
Well, 92% game today for Brad Gushue, but not quite those numbers that we saw from Jacobs, but still 90% for the week, losing just the one game. And that was to Dunstone last evening or yesterday afternoon in their battle for first place.
Just going to try to shave this straight through the hole. Trying to still get there too here.
Unbelievable.
Force Jacobs to a precise draw.
Jeff Walker called it the razor.
Almost played a miss this.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Curl.
We saw Brent Lang here.
Whoa, straight.
Oh, how good is that?
Wow.
Outstanding.
Good shot. Spin.
I don't think people realize how hard that shot is.
No, just you deserve a round of applause just to see that shot.
And threw out his back.
See that athleticism? That was nice.
Yeah. Straight to the club.
I think you got a little bit of margin here, Brett. So I'm not sure if it's easier.
Okay.
I think, yeah. Good. That's okay. Yeah. Okay.
And that's respect for the other guy too. Like they had an easy come around that red guard, but it was a 6-foot run back that they know Jacobs is probably going to make contact with.
T-line's good, eh?
Then they're forced.
Do you think like 14-8, 14-9?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, this one forces an extremely precise draw for Alberta.
Is it ever?
Okay.
But I mean, you go
One that
back,
Mark would light on,
you know, you go back to the first or the last and shot of Botcher. He couldn't get across the nose, right? So now he leaves that double, and it just turns that game, this end right around, because Gushue's looking, I've got maybe 2 or 3 in my pocket.
Yeah. No question.
It's more and more, it's the rock position.
Yeah, it is. This could be a hair slower here than they expect.
Very close.
I don't remember too many down here.
You can wait.
Back button.
Yeah, they've been playing to this corner, but everything with top weight, so definitely on that narrower line.
Right. And Mark's hooked hard here. They got to be careful.
Wide only.
Come on.
Yep. Roll.
Back 4.
Clean. Yep.
Back 4.
Weight's good.
Clean. Back button.
Clean. Yes.
What are you going to leave here? Oh, he's coming down. What a stone. Oh, goodness.
Pick that one out.
It's a shooting gallery out here. Right on the X. They needed 2 perfect shots from Brad Jacobs to avoid giving up a 2 here.
Yeah.
Almost got it fully buried.
That's crazy.
What a team shot. Look at that finish.
Brendan said he had 15-1, but we're going in a different path. Yeah, so that's exactly
The
what
other,
we haven't played much in this
the
path.
other all-star here is Greg Owasco and team, because you can't possibly make stuff like that if you don't have a handle on the ice.
Greg Owasco, the chief ice tech, and his crew, and all the volunteers involved in the ice preparation have worked overtime early in the week when it was very warm here in Kelowna.
Just ran over.
Line's good.
And he's looking back as if he's hit a speed bump of some kind.
Your line's good.
So far, it hasn't affected the stone.
That's good, guys.
Walker.
Keep it moving.
Nichols still there.
15-1.
Went over a bump.
Yeah.
So looking for a timeout as if he's spotted something now, and that'll bring Owasco to the ice. We're tied at 2 with it single now here in 4 as they trade some wonderful shot making. And the official you see now is calling out Owasco.
It's a bump. The rock rattled.
15-1. The time checked.
Yeah, right here. You see it?
It's amazing he was able to keep the speed and release going over that.
Rock rattled when I let go.
No pebble there either.
Do we want to get that scraped, or do you want to?
Yeah, get that scraped. Yeah, get that scraped for sure. I hate that shit.
It's right here too. Look.
Is there more?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if there's a drip or.
I don't know how I missed that.
It's going to be your second bucket game of the year.
Yeah, get him straight back.
I've had a lot of bucket games in my life.
Hand scraper.
So you can hear them yelling down to Greg Owasco, get a hand scraper.
Yeah, it's a bunch.
It's possible.
Maybe
I mean, the building just celebrated its 25th anniversary. Could there have been a leak up there? And
Brad just said maybe there's the leak from the Pebble tank.
And he knew a breeder right away.
Barely had it out of his hand. He's already looking to see what happened.
A full value for the concentration.
Going around, we freeze, they freeze, and then we can just.
Me too.
I thought it was not flying out of his hand.
Still waiting for the ice crew to bring their dust pan out, and they'll do a little scraping, a little brushing, a little cleanup, and we're ready to go again. We're tied at 2 on this Friday afternoon. So the scraping has been done.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we're good.
the bumps have been taken off. Doesn't appear to be any pebbling has been done, but the two leads are going to each throw one stone to see how that reacts. So first it's Jeff Walker. But it's Greg Owasco, the chief ice technician. Chief umpire out there is Brett Waldroff.
I got a 14-9.
It died awful hard.
That did slow down. Hog line in.
14-9 should have been top of the
Oh yeah, 14-9 should have been on the tee line, or at least in the rings. That stopped halfway. So the concern is shaving down the mounds. If it's going to slow the rock down when it goes over the smooth part.
That's the only thing, but I'm okay with it. Yeah, probably better than me doing this. You're doing a great job.
That one should have been top 4.
Put it right here. I'm okay, Brett.
Halfway guard.
Ask them if they want to do that.
Can they, Brett? Can you see if we'll
Might
just
be better
drag
than
them? Like drag each set of stones?
That's better than me. Deal with that.
Well, thumbs up. It appears they're working through this. And so each side gets a chance to look. Van Hebert now to throw.
I just heard Brett Gallant ask if maybe they'll run the rocks so they can get all 8 in a row and just
Sure.
run them up and down the sheet. But
Yeah, instead of one.
And here comes the rack, actually.
You can still feel that came down right here. You missed that spot.
Yeah, I see that.
He might have pebbled a little further. I might not have covered either. So.
Right, yeah, Brad with one rock wouldn't get the hole. This makes sense. Run the whole set of rocks over it a couple times.
Well, because you may miss a spot.
Yeah.
And this will make sure that you don't.
Okay, well, they run the rocks up and down. Let's go next door and check in on McEwen and Dunstone.
And it has been the battle of the Coltons at third, both 91%, making some wonderful shots. Colton lot coming off the boards to be able to get in there. That red stone that you see was Mike McEwen's final stone, was trying to duck behind, but did not quite get buried. So for Matt, he's trying to get rid of it. Chance for 2.
Yep. Heavy. Yep.
Dunstone finishing first in Pool A, and that was a result of win over Gushue yesterday afternoon.
We got a bomb.
And sit down. No, spins away, but that's still good for 2 to take a 3-1 lead going to 5. We'll take another quick break, and hopefully this has all been sorted out. We're back to play on this Friday afternoon here in Kelowna at the Montana's Brier. Well, it's all been sorted out. We've run the stones up and down, and we're ready to go again in this 2-2 tie. H qualifying Friday here in Kelowna, Montana's Brier. And here in 5, it will be Brad Jacobs and the team from the Glencoe Club in Calgary that does have Last Rock. They do have the hammer playing the Redstones.
Yep.
It's just smart to run the rocks. It's a wonderful thing to do because normally in a game you throw the pebble down, which is what had to happen here once they picked up whatever the debris was, and then you clip the ice. So when they could not have time to clip, you got to bring the Ice King scraper out and set it up, and it would take forever. So to wear the tops of the pebble off, because the pebble in arena conditions is so hard, you just run the rocks over it, and Brad doing it with one rock wasn't quite enough, so they brought the whole rack in, and it should be fine in there other than mentally disturbing.
Curl if you can. Curl. Boy, is that ever straight.
Interesting. I wasn't surprised to see Canada take the other turn to put their rocks in the middle, but Brad Jacobs is leaning into this side of the sheet. He said, no, we're going to put a guard here. Might get a miss.
It ran straighter, hog line in, and died a little bit.
Tuppy! We got extra line.
Weight's good.
Full 8 foot.
It might die a little more.
Yep.
The ice makers are watching this unbelievable curling saying, we got to make it harder for you guys.
Weight's good.
Couple speed bumps to deal with.
Yeah.
Good shot, Jeff. Good. Attaboy. Good.
It was Ben Hebert who initially got the ball rolling, and the eventual recruitment of Brad Jacobs was the one that reached out.
Line's good.
Little bit of room.
Yeah, it's been interesting watching Ben
Little bit of room.
interacting on the team now. I talked to Mark Kennedy in the lead up to this event. I said, he's such an intense guy, and when you have that at lead, how do you manage that when there's so much energy? Does that bleed through the lineup in the positive or negative light, depending on the situation? He says, no, you just got to let Ben be Ben, and even more than that, when he sees something strategically, Mark just sends him to the other end now. He says, I'm not going to be the go-between. See what you like and have that conversation.
Brendan Bodger.
Wide open.
Tuppy, top 4. Tuppy.
Whoa. Whoa. Get around it. Yep, straight.
Whoa.
Go. Hard. Top 4. Hard.
Trying to go around it now.
Curl now, Jeff. Go. Go, Jeff. Go. Get all you can out of it.
Go.
Get all you can out of it. Keep going. Sink it. Okay.
And around they go to sit to 2 without Last Rock and play here in 5.
Guys, what about
Guys, why don't we hit our red and roll to the wing?
Just
Thinking normal.
I can't see a lot of that.
Okay.
Normal.
Okay. Normal weight.
No turn. 9 1/4. Get the weight right.
Clean. Gallant.
Weight's good. Clean. Whoa.
As they call him, Bretsky.
Clean. Curl.
Kennedy.
Good shot,
Okay,
Brett.
good.
And we'll get rid of one. It still leaves that Team Canada stone
Good spot, buddy.
top
Very nice.
of the
I
12.
missed it. Sorry. You weren't heavy.
You like that?
I like it.
Okay.
Wasn't a lot of action off that, was
We're a
there?
little
No,
tighter.
they weren't whipping that as at peel weight. They just threw normal. Wanted to hit a little thinner and roll a shooter more, but it still plays. It's a short run back for the red onto the Team Canada yellow stone, so
Just pass
Brendan
half.
Botcher's just going to try to guard
Okay.
this.
Stay down then.
Stay down.
Half. Hard.
Hard.
Just
Always
short
mark.
of the reds. Hard. Whoa, 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 let it stop, let it stop.
Die, let it die.
Let it stop, let it stop.
Whoa.
Let it stop.
You're good there.
Okay. Not bad.
Foster said to us earlier in the week, it still stings. You know, nobody wants to be dumped by a team, and now here he is playing against his old mates.
Looks like,
as you said, it's only the second time they're meeting. It takes a little while for that sting to wear off.
Well, and it's really interesting. Brad Jacobs said that he felt that the team came after him for two reasons. One is personality, and the other one was how he threw the rock. They wanted their skip to have leadership and to throw a rock the way they envisioned. And when you watch Brendan and Brad Jacobs throw, they have very different kinds of releases.
Opening things up, and it'll scoot through. Shot rock still belongs to Team Canada.
Any more curly would have kept that corner red in the rings.
It's like we're at the Glencoe and we're throwing peels and you're sweeping them.
I think that's the shot. Turn your seam.
What weight is this?
All right, dropping in now, Dunstone and McEwen as they play in 5, Kathy.
Well, unlike the feature sheet, some wonderful shot making, very precise. Colton making a thin hit roll, Matt doing the same thing, and then Matt tried a triple on his final stone. He did get 2, but left 1. That's the red stone that you see. That is currently shot. This is a draw for 2. Needs, well, about half of the stone in the 8-foot.
The crowd's been going crazy for your sheet, Kathy.
It's been shot, like, just, these are 4 brilliant teams out here.
Yeah, no
Awesome.
kidding.
I liked it personally. Line's good. It's running.
Just to clean it.
Running
Needs to have a good piece of the 4.
Pretty good.
Flash, yep. Okay, no, not too hard.
14-28. Could be really close. Good job, Mike.
No
There
mistake.
we go. There you go, back and forth, like in our game. And they'll go to the break tied at 3.
3 choices here. You could roll in front of it. You could hit the back one, roll behind the left one, group the either way, or take on the double. And I think they're going to take on the double for a couple reasons. If Mark does miss the back one, it's in the center of the sheet. It's tough for Gushue to separate them.
Yeah, blank and 4 here is great for Alberta. They'd love to have the hammer in the even ends.
Real hard. Hard.
Oh, he drives it by.
Probably a little
chance to even them
So
out.
because it's in the middle, you don't have a lot of real estate left or
Behind the
right.
T-line. You can go there or real tight.
I think he's freezing if
What do
we
you
throw a
prefer?
guard. I certainly would.
I think if we go real tight, he's freezing.
I'd do it, but
And Botcher would do it too, so that's why they're changing gears.
Are you okay with this?
I would lean towards a tight card, but I don't mind this. Like, I think we're letting them off the hook.
What's the best play to get a force, though?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. If they go guard and Jacobs freezes, then they freeze on top. It's a really small scoring area, and that's how you get your force.
I think that's as quick as it is. It's probably a few feet slower.
With the hitting accuracy, I know Mark Kennedy just missed a double, but it's really difficult to keep these rocks separated and even. One nose hit, there's suddenly an angle. I can see Jacobs making a double in the next shot or 2 here.
Sure. They're down to 2, though. That's the other thing. They only got 2 more tries to blank unless they take a risk on Brad's last one.
Go. Where do you want? We're back 4. Up here? Or can we even them up? Even them up. Go.
So that rock just went through the area that they had to kind of resurface. It seemed to run just fine.
Yeah, did it ever.
Credit to the ice crew for managing that little situation.
One and a half roll close to
Well,
center.
Greg Owasco says that they don't feel it has anything to do with the structural capacity in this building. There's nothing on the roof, nothing leaking. They believe it did come from a pebbling can, and so we should not expect to see a repeat.
Yeah, based on how straight, it seemed to be in a straight line, just a few little mounds, so that would be consistent with that hypothesis.
Really gotta go.
You're going through that area.
Really gotta go. Really gotta go. Yellow.
Wow.
Oh, get it up. Oh.
And enough?
Good.
Yeah, Joe.
That's the
Goodness.
first one down this shit.
He's struggling a little bit, is Kennedy. This is his low game of the event so far.
How much slower was that?
He had been at 80% was his low. He's now in the
by the time it hit it,
mid-70s.
It'd be interesting to know what the time was.
I remember earlier, too, he had that draw that crashed on the guard, remember?
That went through that pebbled area.
2 or 3 feet slower. If anything, let's make him hit this one first, because it could jam over on that side. Yeah.
The split's going to pay off here, looks like, for Gushue. Just got to get this one in the right spot.
Well, yeah, it sounded like Mark was a little tight on his, but going through the area that had to be fixed.
Double whammy.
Yeah, he feels that that's part of the reason it curled so much.
Line's good.
Okay, we're back, E. Let it work.
It's curling a little more.
Let it work.
Whoa.
Okay, we're
If anything, you want to be a little high.
If you're going. Okay.
Just to me here. Line's good. Just bite the T-line.
Bite the T-line. Bite the T-line.
Bite the T-line.
Whoa.
You're good there.
Whoa. You're good. Good shot.
And just bites the tee line. But too flat, you think?
Yes.
And you're worried about jamming, too, on the right-hand side.
Might take on the freeze.
You ever like that?
Good, yeah.
Ever bump it just a hair.
Okay.
No.
I think you're throwing this turn.
Yeah, why? You don't like the end?
Well, man, mine just got
I see.
completely swallowed.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
You might want to
try that.
Rock it between ends again.
Yeah, I feel like the mop will probably help at the fifth end break just to get over that side.
Last one last time, Cupsy.
With the way
14-7, 14-8.
Brad initially wanted to come on the outturn side, so the other turn just to keep the angle, but obviously the sweepers don't want to have to make a guess through that area, so they're going to opt for the other turn.
Here, kind of down this line. 15, I think we got on that one. Bit heavy.
Outstanding week.
Back 4, back 8. Okay.
7 of his 9 games, 90%.
Yep. Hard line. Yep, line. Hard, Brett. Hard
line. And
Hard
Ebert.
line. Hard line. Hard line.
Trying to play down, maybe a little tap.
Hard line.
Shot rock, back button. Belongs to Team Canada.
Just in front of it.
All the way to you better. Yep.
And won't get there.
Hey, Brad.
Sports.
Yep.
Are we?
Ooh, trouble now.
Yeah, right in front, then he can't nose it.
Kind of weight stuff.
I guess it wasn't really enough ice. I loved the speed.
Yeah, they went edge of 8. It's kind of surprised me.
Yeah, it had to be kind of just touching the center line. And weight was pretty close. If they could have kept sweeping, they would have been close to frozen. They just stopped because of how much it was curling.
Brad rolls a 8-9 inches to the right. It's a tough score.
Clean. Clean.
Gushue in his last.
Clean. 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 Yeah.
Nichols.
Curl.
And Walker.
Curl. No roll.
Now look at that roll. There it is. What a roll it is.
10-3.
Shoot. Good scrub.
2 inches less roll. I think he's rolled enough that it makes it a little more manageable here.
Heel.
Whoa.
Heel 2/3 on Brett's side is good.
Yeah.
3/4 is good.
Got the catcher here. That's why he's throwing it so hard. But if the line's wrong, it's a steal of 2.
In a 2-2 tie, Brad Jacobs facing 3 with his last. And Ebert has him all the way.
Clean.
Here we go. Bang, bang. And settle down. And there it is. Did everything he could. Gushue. go to the break. Jacobs up by 1.
The 2025 Montana's Brier is presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By Home Hardware, here's how. By Scotties, Canada's #1 facial tissue brand. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Newfoundland Labrador with a chance to put a tray on the board.
Not heavy, Brett.
Is this where they're going to miss Walker? Yes, here comes Zipper. You can't give up this opportunity here. You need more than full.
Yep.
Mark Nichols, one coming over, and he's got it.
Yep. Hard.
Trying to blow this up, blow it up. And they moved it. Yes, hard enough. They're going to have to pick this out.
Clean! Whoa! Clean!
Pick it
Whoa!
out.
Curl!
Get loud! Get loud! It's gone. The chance to win his first Brier title.
Doesn't look heavy.
It's getting frosty. Full 8 is what you need. Full 8 is what you need to become the Canadian curling champions. Oh, that will always be a highlight for me, and I think for many of us. 17, and thrilled to say that the Montana's Brier will be returning to St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador next year. And the CEO of Curling Canada is Nolan Thiessen, and he's with Kathy.
Well, Nolan, we just watched Brad Gushue win. It was so exciting last time. It's going back to St. John's. How do you think they will do?
I think the event's going to be amazing. I know Brad's team is excited to be there and put on another show. I know the other teams know they're going into enemy territory, so to speak, and we've had such an amazing kickoff. You know, we've sold 3,700 full event passes already, so we're super excited for next year's Brier.
This year's Brier, well, we come into it in a season of unprecedented changes. So many teams making changes. How does Curling Canada feel about that generally?
You know, it's interesting. I think in general, it's for us, it's teams trying to improve, right? Like ultimately, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to improve, and they know how tough it is to win. So I get it. You know, there's a lot of things that go into making a team, and you know, there's a lot of learnings from it that we're going to have to look at for next quad.
When we look at the pools, so much focus on Pool A and how tough it was, and you take a team like Reed Carruthers who struggled this year and then pick up a BJ Neufeld,
right,
and they're so different. Will you look at how teams are ranked before the Brier starts next year, and the Scotties too, in the event of changes?
You know, when we made this format, we said we're doing it for 3 years, right? So next year, like, the format is going to be the same. That being said, we're always trying to improve. So, you know, I've said to everybody, we've done this for 2 years now. Let's take a look at it this summer, see what changes we might have to make. It's always going to be a bit of a hybrid. You know, we gotta merge the business of sport with trying to determine a champion to send to the World Championship. So it's always a bit of a hybrid, but we're always looking to improve. So we'll review everything.
And final question, Rachel Homan heads off this weekend. How do you think Canada will do?
You know, it's always fun. You know, when you come to these as Curling Canada CEO, you have to cheer for everybody. But when we get to go to the World Championships, I get to have a favorite team, and it's really nice to have the best team in the world when you're showing up there.
Thanks, Nolan. Appreciate the time.
Thanks, Kathy.
Clean. Back 8, little heavy. Back 4. Clean. Back 4. Back 8. Clean.
Thank you, Nolan, and we indeed look forward to returning to St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador for next year's Montana's Brier. As we welcome you back on this Friday afternoon, they are the Page qualifying games. Kathy keeping her eye on the game between McEwen and Dunstone. We go to 6 here, and it's Jacobs leading it 3-2. Team Canada does have last rock. That's Brad Gushue, has the hammer, playing the yellow stone.
Normal, 3
Another
quarters
cut
low.
mouse end here on our sheet, but Brendan maybe hair heavy there, too much ice one or the other, and just instead of slivering yellow onto red, he hit it so thin, he kicked his own Canadian rock out in the open, which allows Gallant with a well-placed rock here to kill both yellows.
Yeah, if that rolls 3 inches less, it's great.
Yeah.
Because then you've got separation with your rocks, but normal weight hit here.
Yep,
Might see the yellows fly.
Real hard, Ben.
Hard, Benny. Back it up, back it up, back it up.
Clean. Whoa. Curl. Clean.
No.
Curl. Clean. Clean.
Kennedy with the
Roll it.
late licks.
Oh, no, don't roll it.
And that will roll.
Good shots, Brett.
Just showing now on the intern side.
Brett's
Good
upset.
job,
It kind of pounced out in the open. There's any little
Same weight, I think.
door opening for one of these skips. It's curtains. No, Brendan's first one. I didn't hear the weight call, but it ran down there like it was heavy.
Just through.
Yeah. Just through.
Clean.
Should curl.
Yes. Whoa.
Brendan Botcher.
Curl. Back line. Just through. Curl, Mark. Keep going. Keep going on this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Gets some separation. Still leaves the Jacobs team sitting 1 and 2 without last draw.
Almost wondering if it's just even like a.
I don't know if the double
Even
rolls
just a
there.
nose double.
Peel.
Like,
Sticking this with Peel.
Yeah, just make it. Yeah, I feel
double, make the double, and
goes where it goes.
It's more important to
I like
roll
Peel.
buried here and worrying about the double, because if you could roll it underneath, you got an extremely good chance to steal here, and that side one won't be in play anyways.
7/8 low.
All right, Kathy, in a 3-3 tie, playing 6.
Well, that red stone that is shot, that was Mike McEwen's final stone facing 2, so it is frozen at the back, but these stones are so lively. Matt trying to get a chunk of it, make it roll out, and if he can stick the shooter, he's got a catcher on the right, could be for 2.
Whoa. Curl.
Oh, they just drive it by in our game.
I didn't like that call. Rolling under would have made more sense for
Whoa. Curl.
Team Alberta.
Anything a little over.
Whoa. Straight. Whoa.
Gunson's thrown only 1 draw in the game. Here we go. Bang. Oh, how do you like that?
Oh, that's the harder way to do that.
Picking it off the face, Dunstone.
What a shot.
Surgical.
Whoa, I thought we were a little heavy.
There's a little pep in his step.
Really hard, Brendan. Really hard, Brendan. Keep going.
And that one will gear away.
It's 3 in a row on this side of the sheet that have undercurled significantly for Team Canada.
Absolutely.
Just might be straightening out a little bit.
Yes.
Could also be faster after the mop, so the weights out of the hand are just carrying a little heavier. But that's a wide margin for those misses.
We're only letting 1. It's the hit, I think.
And 3 in a row, too.
We can't draw anywhere good.
Play the double. Yeah.
play the double. If he makes the triple, a blank.
Normal?
Yeah. Right?
You can throw whatever weight you're comfortable with, Mark. Normal?
I can throw the same shot.
What, the red?
No, peel, just same weight.
Yeah, peel a half a rock is good.
I love that. The rock on the line, Mark.
A lot more defensive when you're getting into the playoffs. You just can't afford to give up a 2-point lead to somebody.
And remember now that Jacobs comes in the leader.
Yep, clean. Yep.
In conversions, scoring two or more with the hammer.
Nice, Mark.
We're at 59%, and so far in the game, 3 times with Last Rock, and they've failed to convert.
Thought yours was pretty good, Jeff.
Nice, yeah.
Do you ignore everything and just try to go behind?
Down a little at the end.
Yeah, where are we going? Top 4 or top 8?
Just bite the 4 foot.
Bite 4, okay. Yeah.
Mark Nichols.
Weight's close.
I got a little light.
Top 12 right now. Okay, a lot of room. You got extra line.
No, just go for weight.
Switch if you can. We're wide open. We're wide open.
We're there.
Weight's good. Curl. Curl.
Curl.
Come on, curl. Curl.
Curl.
Go. Keep going. More.
Wanted to bite the 4.
Good. Great spot.
Wow.
Perfect.
That is perfect. Nice and high. Gives it less time for Jacobs to get some curl.
Great shot, Mark.
Do we have a side we think that's easier? Is this the easier side?
Well, they seem to be tracking a bit here, so I think we just got to get the weight right.
Okay. I hear you.
Really wonderful point by Gallant. We've seen 3 missed wide here.
Yeah, like a 12.
Could they play the other turn is what he was asking.
I think he nails the weight. Throwing a 12?
I said like a 12-2, you know.
Yeah, I like that.
12 what?
Like a 12-2.
I love that.
I like that.
Love that.
Oh boy, this is
Seems
hard.
to be holding here a bit.
I'd expect them to take what they feel is slightly tighter ice, use the sweepers to get it by.
Looks slightly easier with the other turn. You
nail that weight cut.
I know you're going to waste yours, but would you ever come off your own to get the shot?
I thought he'd look at that too.
It's very thin.
12. Clean.
Curl. Clean.
Clean.
Bit heavy.
Just clean.
Heavy. Curl.
The anxiousness of Jacobs.
Come on, Brett.
Keep going, Brett.
Gallant trying to help this over.
Brett, you gotta go hard. You gotta
Gotta go
Brett.
on it.
Mark.
Watch the
Watch that
catcher.
roll.
Oh, and they'll push it by there. Very nice.
Great shot.
Very well controlled.
Great shot, Cobb. Attaboy.
Great sweep.
Real nice.
Nice sweep, Brett.
He put that in the perfect spot, so we should have a dig.
Did we get a time? That's where I waited a little long. 12-2.
Knowing they can carve it, it's what a luxury.
Even you heard Mark Kennedy says he put that in the perfect spot, and we were able to dig it out.
You got that to move a little bit.
Such a weapon. It's the speed control. They asked for 12 seconds hog to hog. It was a 12-2. The broom in the right spot.
Yeah, we got to be shot, which is essentially biting the 4. Right.
So same place.
It's almost 15 on that spot. Yeah. Okay. So
If anything, maybe give the undercurl a try here. Show half an inch on the other side. And just force Jacobs to play it the other way.
Yeah, most players can naturally get that finish on the in-turn side and make it might be harder with the out-turn.
No, line's good.
You just haven't seen it, so
Line's good.
might get an error there.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Gushue and his first.
Yep.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Nichols,
Line's good.
Walker.
Line's good.
Same spot. Center line. Just bite the top 4.
Wait only.
Line's good.
Just want to bite.
Right to that brush. Right to Botcher's brush.
Sit.
Yeah, just a little, maybe a quarter of stone deeper.
Sorry. Good brush. Good shot.
Could have been a half rock higher, I guess.
What are you giving me for weight?
12.5 would be lovely.
Yeah, a little less than his last one. Try to get as close to nose as they
A little
can.
bit more of it this time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He does. You can see a little more.
I was trying to shade it 1 more inch farther left, but it was just kind of coming into. That's why I opened it up, just knowing that I'm going to get more curl.
As easy as Brad made this look, this is still very difficult. If you could ever throw like a back line and roll a foot, choke off that draw. Look at that. It's sunk by a couple inches, Joe.
Or less weight.
Less weight. Whoa. 6 feet less. Whoa, man.
Whoa.
Jacobs,
Whoa. Easy. Curl.
number 2 team in the country.
Right to it.
Curl.
Dunstone is number 1.
Go, Brett.
Come on, Brett.
You gotta go. You gotta
One more
go.
time for
You gotta go hard, Mark.
Gallant,
Come on,
and
Mark.
one more time. Pushes it to the back 12.
There we go, Cups. Good shooting, buddy. Good sweep, Brett.
Where do you have to put it to get an error, right?
Yeah, nothing safe.
No.
Great sweep.
Curl. You gotta go, Brett.
Brett's knifing this, and then he flips his broom head just to make sure he doesn't kill the weight off this rock. When you sweep with the skinny side, sometimes a bit of the weight comes off as the rock curls. You're not warming the whole running surface of the rock. Just heads up sweeping by Brett Gallant.
1, 2, 3, 4. So facing 4 with his last, and needs a piece of the 4. Brad Gushue.
Line's good. I think he can go. I think he can go. I think we're good.
I think we're good, Brad.
Okay. T-line.
So they like it out of his
I think he can
hand.
go.
Nichols,
Line's good,
Walker,
line's
piece
good.
of the 4.
Line's good.
Line's good.
What a game. Back and forth we go. Trading singles here. Team Canada with 1 in 6. The Gushue girls like it. We remain tied.
There's just nothing like the Brier.
It's so special. There's really nothing else like it.
Been here 17 times. My first time was something totally different than it is now, and never fails to give you those goosebumps.
It means everything to me. This is what we play for.
To me, the Brier is still the pinnacle, the biggest event in curling, and it's the dream of every young curler to make it to the Brier.
It's the one that you want to be in. It's the one that you want to go back to. It's the one you want for it never to finish.
Really, it's the top event you can make as a Canadian. Hard to put into words. I've obviously played in so many big Brier games. Fortunate to be part of it once again.
To me, it means, chasing your dreams. The history, growing up, this is where I wanted to be. It gives me goosebumps right now.
To me, that's the pinnacle of curling, is being able to play the Brier.
It's everything, really. It's what I've been dreaming of my whole time playing curling.
The Brier is the best event in curling still.
Many years of history for this event, and it's one of the biggest stages that you can play in curling.
This is the epitome of when you're a kid and you're watching everything like this. This is the stage.
It's just something that's been influential in everything I've done, and it's a pretty important part of my life.
There were 6 rookie skips in this field, and that gentleman on the far left, Cam de Jong and his team from Victoria, they went 2 in 6. So many of the teams have already left us, and we wish them well. As we welcome you back on this Friday afternoon, Page qualifying games, and back and forth we go. So nobody has been able to convert with the last rock. Maybe Jacobs will. Here in the 7th, the team from the Glencoe in Calgary has the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Red Stones.
Ben, yellow. Get it out of there. Keep going on it. Okay. Really good. Sorry.
Go heavy. Good shot.
There's a good example, just at 3-4 feet heavy, which is what, 1%.
Same broom or less? Same.
The edge of 8 curling in, edge of 4 curling in both ways with any speed is really stubborn now. They're not getting a lot of curl.
Same weight.
Just a couple Brier games between these two teams. Holy cow.
Line good. T-line.
This is what you play for, the playoff weekend.
Yeah.
Building's full. The crowd is so into it.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe the adrenaline that you get to feel in these moments. It's such a privilege.
Real heavy, Brad. Whoa, we got to stay shot.
No, it's not going to stay shot.
No. And to the back they go.
That's too heavy for Team Canada in that line. Just might be straightening out and getting a bit faster.
Faster, straighter.
What do you like here, boys?
Normally
Can we
during
bump ours or rock?
a game with sanded rocks, it does get a hair straight as the game goes along.
We don't need a leg two.
I like skates. They get a little dull.
Yeah. They could just like
Same
cheers.
idea.
We got to be careful. We can't stagger those.
Cupsy, what about intern T-line right here? Top button. If we're a bit heavy, we freeze the back.
Yeah, that's the shot. Definitely.
So you got Ben Hebert weighing in, which he's encouraged to do on this team.
Do we know about this spot? We did last end too, so make it for me. Are we a little slower here, guys?
I think so.
I mean,
I'm guessing 14-5, guys.
Yeah.
We're on the T-line, Brett.
Yeah. Just make it
You get memories of the pebble issue there. You don't want to overthrow this if you're Gallant. You got to trust that the guys can make the difference up.
Yeah, if I'm the thrower, I'm thinking throw the speed there on your own. Let the guys kind of make sure their brooms are down through that
Think you're okay out here,
resurfaced area.
Stay with it. Line's tight.
Clean. Yep. Hard. Hard, Mark.
Kennedy.
Line's where we are. Line's a little snug.
Hebert.
Whoa. Heavy. Off. Off.
They are going to go back.
There. Good throw, Brett.
Very good, Brett.
All right, to the back edge of the button, holding on.
Probably overbrushed by a foot, but yeah, I would have done the same thing because you just assumed it might slow down a hair coming down that in turn wide.
It was a bit slower there. I had a 14 seconds from hog to hog, and
wow.
They figured 14 and a half. So about kind of 3 or 4 feet slower in this path. Every second from hog to hog is usually about 6 feet.
Chance for Mark to do what Mark does in these big games. There's room to get that shot rock here.
The door is open a crack.
Yeah, it is.
Back 14. Okay, room.
Weight's good.
Close, Jeff.
By the way, we're there right now. By the way, on to T.
T.
Whoa. Coming down. By the way, weight's close. Curl up, kid. Whoa. We're 2 and 2 still. Can't bounce it all on this line. Whoa. Brendan's in. It needs a curl. Go ahead.
Watcher.
Go ahead. You're not moving it. Go.
And there for second shot.
Good shot.
Good shot.
Good shot.
If you throw more than that and get it off.
Thinking about trying to get to the nose.
Yep.
Back line?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go, boys.
Back line,
Is
Mark.
that even possible, Russ, considering that red stone in front of it?
I don't think right to the nose, but I know what he's thinking here. If you could just get it a 1/4 inch high side and spill the yellow, if they could somehow spill the yellow to our right, that back red that they just threw caroms off sticks in the back, and they've got 3 red in the 4 foot or 8 foot. Tough though, and it's one of those ones you can't really wreck either. This is all or nothing.
Weight's good.
Mark Kennedy
should be able to hold it here.
Whoa. Weight's good. Whoa. Clean. Yep.
Back line.
Hebert.
Whoa. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. No. Curl.
You got
Great
pretty
job,
close.
Attaboy. Beauty.
Yeah, that was it. That's all you had.
Great shot.
Right speed, right line, good call.
Perfect.
Some nice curling.
That's perfect. Thanks. Wow.
Way to go, buddy.
Boy, it's,
really good. Great weight.
to my mind, if you're Gushue now,
Clean. Yep.
you're throwing up guards to protect, to hold.
No,
it's a pretty scary situation here.
Curl.
Yeah, that yellow's surrounded by those 3 reds. It's getting dicey for Team Canada.
Throwing up the card here
A little bit high.
with Mark Nichols.
Line, Jeff. Easy.
Line's okay.
Easy.
Just half. Whoa. Not too deep, guys. Whoa.
Jeff, it looks hot.
Halfway. Whoa. Right on that R. Whoa. That's too deep. Whoa.
I have to assume wherever this is, Jacobs is going to run it in.
It's coming back, eh?
That's why they wanted it a little bit higher.
Dead nose. Where's that red in the top button? Would be the bomb.
Play the double peel.
Double peel's the
Or
other
you dead
option.
nose it with normal. Those are both the shots, though, Cups.
Which one do you like better?
Double peel, guys.
Which one do you like better?
I like the double peel.
Yeah.
Just gotta
double
be careful.
peel, you know, yeah.
Like
yeah. Coming back, double peel.
I think I like the double peel. Yeah.
So is it the thin way?
Yeah.
So, Russ, it's all about time. Right?
Yes.
I mean,
You don't want that.
this
You
one,
don't want that.
doing this, to my mind, gives Gushue another chance. If you play the run back, you could be sitting 3.
Yeah, you're right. But the run, yes, exactly. The run back's a hair crooked. Like if you run it straight back, you could pick your own right across the top of the face. I think by playing the double peel, assuming it's made, it might give them a little better chance. But again, they're only down to 2 rocks after this stops. I think this is the way to go. It's got to be made, though.
That's been an issue, obviously, in this one.
Real hard.
Hard, Benny.
When you're up at 59% coming in. Here we go. Ooh, look at that. What did you say?
Okay.
You have to make it first.
Oh, and I think what they were thinking, Joe, is Mark was getting cute that if he hit the second one really thin, it would come back and do what they wanted. They'd make the double peel and the raise.
I just missed it.
Yeah, if it gets that yellow, it goes back onto the red. Oh, brother. Yeah, like that close.
Half an inch.
Yeah, because it would have directed back. They probably sit 3 and no guards. Now they're going to have trouble scoring. Mark can't buy one this game.
He's been on the wrong side of it a lot.
Front end's virtually identical, but he's down 12 points to Nichols.
When he's not missing by 6 inches, he's just rubbing guards or just on the wrong side on those peels.
Okay. So that like 15 seconds. Yeah. Yep.
Try to go top button here, I think.
Yeah, really.
Yep.
First real good chance here for Gushue to get a good steal.
Gushue in his first.
Whoa, Mark. Line's good. Line's a little tight. Okay, we're T-line.
Little bit tight.
Line only. Yes. Line only.
Yeah. Whoa.
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 We're there, though.
Whoa.
We're over curling.
Line only. We're close. Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
All there, Brendan. Whoa.
Yeah.
Biting butt.
Whoa. Whoa.
Can you get that?
Yeah, that overcurled by a lot. They wanted to split the center line.
Sorry, guys. Looks like it goes right into that.
I think it goes over it.
I don't think it goes, yeah.
We're throwing Peel, aren't we?
Sure.
Yeah, I think so. You like Peel?
I like whatever.
He's shaking his hand. Gushue.
It was perfect. Just this is the same spot Brad Jacobs tried to make a freeze and overcurled by a mile too.
Did he let Jacobs off the hook here?
This might hit that, and this will hit that, I believe. And he's throwing Peel. The shooter's getting out of town in a hurry, too. Just trying to make this and keep the score alive. Can't see a ton.
Jacobs first. They are in some trouble. Got to get it by one, get it by two, and there they go. And he'll avoid the jam on the way by.
Very good, Cup.
Best you could do. Best you could do. He actually missed that side red, too. Hit it so thin.
We're normal at that. We got to line two.
Looking a lot better now for Team Alberta. It was going to be a tough score if Brad's hadn't curled so much.
Yes.
Well, but then
Opened
you
up
lose
the
this
forefoot.
red over here. It goes under it anyway. Where did it go with the yellow?
I think they thought it would feather their own and
It went over the top.
yeah, and get the yellow back farther. A little bit of a bad break there.
Brad's taking
Yeah, when I'm
about
chasing it this way if he's going to. Just waiting.
9 inches more ice here.
Yeah.
What do you think of there?
Yeah, this one will be buried. You can rest assured.
Okay.
Yep, I like it.
And Brad wants to show him, if anything, a piece on the undercurl side.
Yep.
Because they've seen that chase on the other side of the sheet a few times.
It's tricky, isn't it? The draws are curling maybe more than we've seen all week, and some of the hack waders aren't.
Line's good.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. T-line.
Gushue now has to regain his composure, too. He
By the way, line's good.
made him a little mistake with his first.
Doesn't need to
And
curl, guys. No. Still
Jacobs
line's good.
cleaned house.
Whoa.
Never.
Whoa, doesn't need to curl.
All on its own.
Overcurling, let it die.
And
That's a good spot, Brad.
there you go. Probably wish he had that with his first.
Still curled more than they wanted it to.
I didn't give it to you, though. Sorry.
It's okay. Good. It's man, it's dead buried.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's a tough chase.
I don't think they
Thought
get
we could
that.
take the in off.
They get the in off.
Pretty tough, eh?
You ever play this, guys?
Yeah. I think so.
14-2? Yeah.
I like that.
We got to be a little careful with that.
Well, because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but the payoff.
You could get 4 doing it too.
Okay.
Let's throw it.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's talk about how to make it. What turn are you throwing?
In turn.
In turn.
Try to
looks
make
like you're
that
trying
for
to hit a
two
quarter.
if they ever had that yellow come back and get lucky and kill that thing.
No, it's not a thin quarter. No? I don't think so. Maybe it is.
Side of that big dog?
But if you're
Yeah, maybe.
cheering for Alberta, you just want to make contact on that yellow, get your one, and get out of dodge. But if you can get the two, it'd be a bonus. Out turn?
I think he said in turn.
Okay.
Lower roll.
Yeah.
Mark Kennedy did say he's learned to get out of Brad Jacobs' way.
Brad Gushue threw one here last night that overcurled, didn't get the blank.
Has he got this in off for a bunch? Can he convert for the first time as we play here in 7? Yes, come across. Oh, and he stuffed it at the back. They talked about it. They saw it. And now they're looking. And now you know what? I just might put a little stick around it. The one there at 3 o'clock looks at the moment like it is second shot.
Bad luck there, boy. It could have been a
we'll
2.
measure it if you're.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
This one's gone, eh? Yeah.
This one's good.
Yeah.
So it's a steal of 1 at the moment.
Just a hair too thick.
Too thick.
They talked about it.
Too thick, yeah.
I think it's this one by quite a bit, I think.
It's her Gushue's peel over curl too. Remember in the blank opportunity last night.
And Hebert said, you know, if we hit it right, there may be a 4 here.
Measure, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just if you look at the lines, eh? That one there at 3 o'clock. That's the one with the second shot.
Sometimes the overhead doesn't tell the whole story, though,
Well,
so definitely worth putting a stick to it.
Plus the hole between the center line and T line has to be drilled perfectly center.
Is that only 1, you think? Yeah. Okay, that would be good. Yeah, we're still fine.
You hit it.
Yeah, they'll have that. Regardless, they'll get the hammer back, Jacobs, and they'll have it in the 8th, the even 8th. And you can hear Mark Kennedy say, I think it's red, too.
But they must feel like they're 5 down the way this game's gone.
But no quarter. Hits it, he goes, oh.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So the 2/3 take up their position. So they go from Team Canada. And now we'll go to this one, and we all the way around. 12 hours later, we're here. And no doubt. There you go. So it is a steal of 1. First mistake in the game. Gushue. Team Canada take the lead. Page qualifying day here at the Montana's Brier in Kelowna. Welcome back on this Friday afternoon. So, 1 mistake, and that's the difference. And Team Canada picks up the steal of 1 to take the lead. So, here in 8, it is Brad Jacobs and the team from the Glencoe Club in Calgary. It does have Last Rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstone. So Dunstone is up by 2 in this one. Last Rock coming up.
And this is potential game shot for Mike McEwen. Just grazed a guard, trying to pick out a stone and got nothing out of his first. This is the run back triple.
Out of the Nutana in Saskatoon. Here we go. Bang. Oh, and he stuffed it at the back. And that one there will be the steal of 1.
Game saver for him, though, yeah.
Drag. Drag like perfect onto it. Yeah. Would have been there for 2. Real good.
Just to give you an idea of how well Jacobs has been playing, that is only the 2nd steal given up in this Brier by Jacobs.
It's amazing because they play pretty aggressively. They leave the center guards, the 2 stack guards. They'll ignore it, trying to get the big score. They, you know, I could see that out of maybe a McEwen with a little bit more defensive style. But wow, that's amazing.
First was just yesterday morning against Quebec.
Still tying 2-1-2.
Clean.
Yeah, I heard Brad Jacobs say that, oh, it's just 1. That's okay. They'll be happy to have the hammer now in the 8th end. 2 hammers to Canada's 1. Never thrilled to give up a steal, obviously, but
we're talking about that before the game, how intense he is, but he tends to, I find this year he drops it when something like that happens. He lets it go and sees the positive side of it.
and you just see a lot of intensity in calling the shot, calling the line, even in the hack. Everyone is so dialed in. But after the shot, there's this lightness to them that's really impressive, because you assume when you're really, really high, you're going to come crashing down and be low, but they're actually quite neutral.
said that to us, Kathy.
He did.
He just, he says, after all these years, I've learned to let it go. And there's other things, right?
Yeah, and he said, I'm genuinely enjoying it. I look forward to these big games. And he just kept saying, it's just a game. And so that kind of philosophy really does let you park things.
Gushue likes the angles here. He's going to try to maintain the pressure. Sometimes it's a really good idea when you get that. Played for an hour and 45 minutes to get control and jump on them while they're reeling a little bit.
Do you think Jacobs' approach changes now? Russ being down by 1?
Yeah, they're going to be very aggressive. They threw the corner for that reason, and they're going to. They need a crooked score here. Crooked number and
making yellow run to the red.
Just the 2.
Do we like
Force and 9. You should win.
I barely see enough to do that.
Be quick.
Yeah, I like that, Cups.
Only other play is come down here, move that to there.
I like the double peel.
All right.
Got a score here.
Yeah, there's the point. Like Benny's dead right. Even if you get 1, you're all in trying to get the 2. But even if you get 1, it's a 2-end game. Steal here would be a complete disaster.
Yep. Hard, gotta go. Whoa. Okay, that's good. Good throw.
Well, you see shooter still high off center line.
Yep. Right now, if Jacobs got to throw again, which would be sneaky, you hit
and illegal.
Oh, okay.
But that would be the crooked number.
You're supposed to forget, Kathy. We just went through this. Let it go.
Just get in the hack really quick. Off you go. You're trying to explain the angles, Russ.
Yeah, I was, and I get rudely interrupted.
Yeah, hammer that red.
Yeah, they do both fly, don't they?
Yep.
Easy line. Weight's good.
Mark Nichols.
Just short of your room. Whoa, we're over curling.
We're a little high.
Hey, we're 2 feet short of you. Whoa.
It's over curling, but it's also light, so it might slow down in time.
Even with the red. Just no oomph to it. Okay.
And hooks them a bit.
Go into that one.
I like Hebert's call. Was clearing it up. They're going to clear it up here again, and then Team Gushue's got to think about it here.
2/3, Mark.
I think you could sit 3 if you got a crack at it.
Right on the nose? No.
Sorry, if they get a crack at those 2 reds. If.
Kennedy.
Hard.
Yep. Close. Good.
And got him.
Okay.
Probably just halfway.
Okay.
The only other option is this, and then he hopefully leaves the double.
I like the guard.
Yeah,
I like the guard.
Okay.
You might get those reds dragging a little bit. I gotta give you a little more, hey?
Yeah.
Halfway.
Almost 6 feet asked for Mark for the curl here.
Stay down. We're more than the last.
Nichols.
Halfway. Whoa, this one's running.
Yeah, his first one kind of curled and died. This is
Gotta go, Brendan.
a lot wider.
Gotta go. 3 feet short.
Curl.
Gotta go. Whoa.
Curl.
Whoa. It's just too
First
tight.
one
Fooled him.
Okay. Yeah, what kind of weight?
The first one probably just picked based off that. What kind of weight you like, Mark?
Yeah, an off
One
game
must have picked.
You like peel?
Peel? Yeah,
for
sure,
Mark
buddy.
Kennedy.
You like peel on the nose?
Yeah.
Right on the nose, Benny?
Really?
Oh yeah, it's there all day. You just got to get the at 1 or 2 o'clock with the red in the rings. Speed's required, mind you, because the 2 yellow-red right together will take a lot of energy away from this from Mark.
Clean. Curl. Clean.
Here we go.
Curl.
Gallant.
Gotta go.
Hard.
Bang, bang, and no. So it'll just stuff at the back. He's unlocked everything. Shot rock still belongs, though, to Canada. Back button. 2 and 3 to Jacobs.
Mark's turn is beating him on the wide side every time.
Just kind of floated off the line just an inch.
Because he's left-handed. They must know that, but just in the last couple of games, it's been a tendency.
A little bit.
Yeah, well, I think if we're going to roll a fair bit here, Mark, we got to hit 3/4 at least.
Okay, I like it.
Double.
Maybe 2/3.
Okay.
Walker got him. He does, and avoids the jam on the way by. And will it hang on the edge? It does that too.
Good shot. Good shot.
You got to be so careful as a skip when you're putting the broom down for your players, because we're all human. Sometimes you get into patterns. I think Mark Kennedy's outturn, his lefty outturn, is running that wee bit straighter than everybody expects. They're not helping him out with the broom placement, to be honest. Because you heard Jacob say, geez, Mark, that really tracked back.
Yeah, that one ran down the center line and actually backed off a little bit.
Yeah.
He said clean out of his hand.
Okay, they like the draw, Mark. They like the draw, Mark. So top 4.
Yeah. You're burying it around the yellow one, guys.
It'd be nice to
try to get around that yellow.
hit and roll and sit shot rock behind the corners, but if you don't get there, then the multiple score goes away. This is the easiest way to get yourself buried if you're Team Jacobs.
Scoreboard says do this.
I'm thinking it's 14-7. Yep. Top 4, Cupsy. Wait.
Wait's good.
Wait's good.
Thinking of it in hockey terms, if you're on the ice and your team scores a goal, you get a plus. Well, he out-curled his opposite number by 5 percentage points in every game he's played.
Line's good. Doesn't have to curl, guys.
Wait's good.
Outstanding week
Never has to curl.
from Brad Jacobs.
Yep.
Right there's good. Right there's good.
And right around. And just fails to nibble before.
Yeah, he's been just amazing himself.
Come on, Brett. Good shot.
You see him making the highlight reel big weight peels, but the draw precision has been so impressive. Got 95%.
For me.
And for the first time, he's a minus going up against Gushue. The player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Looking for the corner freeze, I think, hey, Russ?
Yeah, tricky.
Well, that timing similar to what that was 15 for him, but that's rotation. It's like 14-7 for us.
Is that going to cross enough there?
Yeah, you get an inch under, right?
Yeah, we only got to get a quarter rock under the guard.
I like it.
Okay. It's the same as it's been, same?
You bet.
Yep.
Okay.
Are they coming down to it to lay it on the corner?
I believe so, because now that I look at it, the red's so buried. If Brad's kind of beside it, you can't get it out.
Just wants to outcount it. Doesn't have to be welded to it.
A little light. No, it's good.
Line's good.
Line's real good.
Easy.
Waiting for. Line's good.
Easy.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Wait's close.
Easy.
Line's good.
Nichols left.
Line's good.
Walker right.
Line's good.
Botcher calling line.
Line's good.
Here they go, right around. Right around. Here we go.
Oh, beauty.
Oh, beauty indeed. My goodness, they've got the 4 to sit the 2.
Hey, they almost butchered it.
Oh, they were so close to losing that.
Just
what a shot.
A little quick grab. Good shot.
Just great at the end here.
It's expected to be good the way they were sweeping it.
Walker staying with it as the brush goes up.
Wow.
Ooh, you bet. And now pressure on Jacobs as he faces 2 with his last, down by 1.
1 inch lighter, Beck, and Brad Gushue's 1 down playing 9. Just barely saved that. Down quick through the slide path, I believe.
Clean. Wait's good.
Whoa.
Alliant.
Clean.
Yep.
Hard, Brett.
Hard, Brett.
Hard.
Starts to go. Starts to go.
Gotta go.
Watch out.
Good sweep.
Oh, and they'll hold it there for a single in 8. But once again, the best team all week at converting 2 or more with last rock is held to a single. Page qualifier Friday at the Montana's Brier here in Kelowna. Welcome back, everybody. Keeping our eye on this one in a 4-4 tie. A steal of that single in 7 is what turned this one around. And Alberta's Brad Jacobs just replied with one of his own. So we go to the 9th, and it's Team Canada. Brad Gushue with last rock has the hammer playing the Yellowstones. Kathy keeping an eye on the other game featuring Mike McEwen against Matt Dunstone. So you've got in that one the 2 runner-up from the last 2 years, Dunstone in 23 and McEwen in 24.
Want to come down here and push that. Back 4. Try to push that.
Cupsy, do you ever bump the other one?
This?
Let him roll and open. And
leave
Why
that
would
as
you
the
want to
center?
bump that? Huh?
What do you guys think?
whatever you like, Cups. We got to make
like
a decision.
this.
Okay.
You don't have time for
Yes.
Okay.
Throwing like back 8.
Hey.
All right, Kathy, update us, please.
Well, Colton Flash tried a triple, and he made contact with all of them, but he left 2 in play, and that 2 in play is what Mike McEwen is taking aim at. He's trying to make the double and roll out to blank this end.
Trailing by 3. McEwen and the team from the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon. Against Matt Dunstone from the Fort Rouge in Winnipeg.
Yep.
1. And he'll jam it to the back. So forced to take the single.
One of those days for Mike.
It is.
He feather ticked a guard. He did make that double, couldn't roll out. It's nice curling in that game.
Curl. Good try.
And runs it across the top.
Good throw.
Out turn for Brendan near the line, same as Mark Kennedy last, and just floated back a little bit. A little outward on release, or just the spot can be that straight. Extra speed. Backs up.
Inside freeze that one on the left. Right?
So
freeze on the
great.
yellow one. 7/8.
I was thinking like freeze here, right?
Yeah.
Top button, boys.
There are 4 great strategic minds on Team Alberta, but you can talk about every shot if you really want to. They're getting a little bit tight on their time. They're under 5 minutes of thinking time to go. Usually a team will want kind of 3.5 minutes an end, or they just don't have a lot of time to talk about anything because they're down to about 2.5 minutes per end.
Line's good. Clean.
Still have their time out, though.
Big rotation. This might not come down.
Yeah, you just got to drill it.
Curl.
Keep it. Help it over.
Hard on this one.
And it never got there.
Okay, not bad.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
It still leaves Team Canada sitting the 2 at the moment, and they do have the hammer.
What kind of weight you seeing?
Hack.
Okay. You'll get a nice finish here.
Slow here or no?
Yeah, a little bit. We just haven't played it in a bit.
Get to the inside roll. Jacobs has got a pile of work to do.
Good hack. Whoa, clean out. Good hack. Clean, yep. Whoa, clean. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Jeff Walker.
Good shot.
And rolls it over to the side. They're piling them in right now.
Onto the one in the top.
It's a little awkward here.
We're just thinking board weight.
Control.
Here or here?
Control.
Board?
Yes.
Yeah, right on the nose is pretty good.
Oh, no. I think we got to spread them, boys.
Boys like that. Be high and roll.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Hurry up offense for sure. It's not ideal when the shots are this intricate.
Yeah, and they're in some trouble, so it'd be nice to talk it through, but they don't have that luxury right now.
Yes, it is your birthday. If we haven't mentioned it already. Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys. Birthday at the Brier.
Clean.
Best day ever.
10.5. Clean. Yep. Clean. Whoa. Curl.
10.5.
Curl, Ben.
Weight's good.
Mentioning us at all, or no? Just
Oh,
it's
and
just
getting to
about the
hang out
Brier.
with you guys.
Okay,
Sorry. I
thank you.
thought you were waiting for Russ to also
Okay,
wish me
not
happy
bad.
birthday.
Which I did earlier.
I know. Not on TV.
And I said bon fat too.
Thanks, guys.
Feel the guard?
Yeah.
You agree?
Good shot there, and gets it underneath the one lonely guard here.
But yes, definitely.
It's your typical end with the team with Hammer trying to keep it as simple as possible. They slowly work the play into the rings. Jacobs has no choice to make a play at some point in the rings.
Clean.
Good.
You ever like this?
Walk one on there.
I'd rather. You like one more guard?
What?
You like one more guard?
You can, yeah.
Throwing meatballs
Sure.
in there.
I'm not sure if we've talked about this before, and I understand it's a team game, but I don't necessarily like this. I know there's input from the other end, but the skipper must have an idea of what he wants to play, and now you're letting this. It's a time waster.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're also seeing a skip that's come to a team of three that's played together for a couple of years, so they kind of instinctually know what they like, and Brad's still learning what the guys in front of him, how they perform their best. And again, like strategic minds, you have to respect that. You like that input, but you're right, Vic. It does waste some time.
No, he's right, and Brad did ask for the input.
Yeah, of course. I like the freeze call on the button is for sure going to happen at some point, but delaying it one more rock, I think, is a great idea.
Absolutely.
Oh, unless if they go in there themselves, since it's 3.
Just look at the angle on the yellow, right? Like, let's say we play the draw.
Oh, I think he's going to slam without turn and try and get your shooter in the high one. Yeah. And then Brad's going to be...
I think we got a peel, don't we?
I'm okay with it.
I think so, Mark.
That's where I was thinking, just peel it.
I'm okay with the peel.
I'm good with the peel.
I like it.
Okay.
No question.
Make him make something special.
Yes.
Exactly. You have to assume that Jacobs will come into that back button area on his first.
Which is difficult. Any rattling around there, the game's over.
Clean.
Yep.
With the 5 rock rule and the no tick rule, sorry, Vic, you just get in the habit of racing to the button, and scoreboard says keep this open for Gushue.
It's the kind of game it's been. Just no conversions here. We've had all singles.
Okay, so we want to be back.
Try that, Mark.
I think that math checks out, honestly. Gushue played Dunstone yesterday. 2 phenomenal teams going at it. It's hard to score 2 points when both teams are playing 90.
I thought if we drew and he could play like a little out turn / double on Mark's shooter in that one top 4, then you were stuck dropping it on a dime on your first. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just an inch more.
Wow.
Wow.
Is right. And right now he's in a tie, but as we play here in 9, Team Canada has last
Little
row.
heavy. Okay, well then, it's close. Line's really good.
And this
Back
is
4.
exactly
Line's
what
good.
Gushue and the
Clean.
team thought.
Back 4.
Make
Little heavy.
him,
Room.
Brad Jacobs, make him make a shot.
Trying to scratch it over here.
Gallant.
Hard, Brendan. Hard, Brendan.
And Botcher will nurse it through.
Trying to get rid of that top now.
And he's been so precise on his draws all game. That's unexpected.
I know myself when I was in a time crunch, if I missed, it was heavy.
Right here is ideal. Can't make the double. I don't. Oh, I was gonna say or the double, but yeah, you're right.
Do you ever
Double's the best result, but it's tough.
hate the bump out there? I guess, right?
Yeah, but then he makes a double and Eli's too.
Like, I'm thinking save your shooter.
Oh, I know, but I don't know if it's going to outcount this, is it?
But make the double.
He make the double without losing his?
Touching
The
that.
thing is, fair enough. For him
to make this double, he's losing this rock, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, the only way I see it happen is if we roll in a bad spot and he goes across the face,
so that's
and this
why you
is
got to
a
be
catcher.
careful of. So
Right?
do we just pick it out then?
We pick it out. I think he's freezing again.
He probably is.
Like,
okay, I'm okay with it and trying it. You know what?
to-
If we get it there and he makes that, good on him. But yeah,
try to.
If we're picking it, do you ever want to give this a run, try and connect?
No, I think we play the role, but yeah, if we can chip that, I'm just thinking board to board.
I don't want to.
Where are you seeing it, Brad?
Yeah.
What about going first, Russ? Is there nothing that you could play into the rings right down on the lid?
Yeah, you
Kind of
could.
way do you expect in here?
You know, if you're a foot heavy, which we just witnessed, then Jacobs locks one in there. You wouldn't look very good.
No, you like that ice?
I don't mind
I guess he's
taking
got a
on the
chop.
double
He
here
shot for
too.
two.
They're just trying to roll.
Just rather have him a shot for 2 than 3.
Yes.
So if he stays where he's thinking,
which would be third.
Yeah.
Then what?
I just want
Solid.
Little hard.
Already planning. Jacobs in Canada.
Heavy.
Walker
Heavy.
trying to help it over.
Sit on this one, Mark. Make sure.
Oh, and that's going to spin away.
Oh yeah, 9-8. Okay.
Speed wobble there.
Down by a couple, and Dunstone has the last rock, Kathy, as Mike McEwen gets ready to play his last.
Well, and he's got to get rid of both yellow on this stone to lie 3. Matt just picking out a stone on the edge of the 12-foot on his first.
Yep. Last year's runner-up.
Whoa.
Needs to stick the shooter as well.
Here we go, bang, bang. And that will work. That works to sit the 3.
Great shot, but no guards up front, nowhere to hide.
Brad Jacobs, meanwhile, in his last.
Easy.
top button right now, Ben. So just wait.
Room.
This is gliding too.
Good room. Yep.
You heard them say, we'll give you 2. We'll give Gushue a deuce, but not 3. And they may end up giving him 3. Watch this. And can you get across and quietly tap it back?
Sweepers like that one. They were off and on, and it just ran better than expected.
And in fairness, it's about
Just an inch less, Cole.
foot heavy. It
All
just
right,
didn't
let's
curl.
go back to the other one now. And Dunstone and McEwen, as Dunstone settles in for his last to put it away here.
Great in by McEwen to make him throw it, though.
You bet.
Leads by 2.
96% is Matt Dunstone in this game.
Curl. Clean. Straight.
The Harnden brothers got him. Here we go. Bang, bang, and away it goes. McEwen will pick up 1, but it will be a win for Dunstone as Gushue settles in, and he's ready to go.
Good job, baby. Atta boy. Good job, boys. Atta boy. Good job.
Whoa. That's clean. Yep. Hard.
Walker, can you get across that nose? Can you just tap it back quietly? Can you get 3? Team Canada here. Yes, you can. What a time to crack a 3. And the first 3 that Jacobs has given up in the event. Well, the crowd here at Prospera Place still buzzing as Team Canada puts a 3 on the board in the 9th. So Brad Gushue with the lead now over Brad Jacobs. As we welcome you back. We already have a final. Matt Dunstone's a winner over Mike McEwen, so he'll go to that 1-2 page playoff. now we'll determine the other team, the winner of this one. Got to get it over here, and they will not. As Ben Hebert pulls the string, trying to set up the guard. Jacobs down, does have last rock, playing the Red Stones here in 10.
Canada peeling out their own rock that's in the forefoot.
Clean. You got it. Clean. Clean. Good.
Oh, that's a scoreboard call, right, Russ?
Yep, absolutely. It's a good call. Yeah, a lot of the club teams would say, what are you doing? But, you know, that rock is a piece of shrapnel that could only help the team that needs 3 points. You can go around it, you can freeze to it.
So why put it there then?
Yeah, with 3 up, I'm with you, actually. You know, you could throw them both through for that matter, especially the way these rocks are so lively. The doubles are so easy.
They might have been looking for a little higher in the house. That was kind of touching the tee line. A short little bump might have been a little harder to remove.
Concepts to keep them busy away from the corner guard, but 3 down, they're going to use the corner guard. The double is available here, but Brad, again, scoreboard watching, just make one go away at a time. You win this game.
Yeah, the worst thing you could do here is nose. Just need to keep eliminating one rock at a time, as you say, Russ.
You know, you think about that. It seemed to, anyway, a 3 that didn't necessarily come out of nowhere, but it was 2 missed shots, right? Jacobs heavy on both his. One that was really deep, then the other one didn't curl. And then you play the quiet tap for the 3.
And it happens all the time as the game goes along. The team that's in control, albeit it was tied, so Gushue had control with Hammer. It forces Alberta's hand to get a little bit more creative, a little bit more gambly, and it got to the point that Jacobs had to make a couple tough ones, didn't.
And you don't know the effect of the clock as well, right?
Right.
Whoa. Clean. Clean. Clean.
What a huge game, though, Joe. Here's Brad Jacobs, 8-0. Loses to the 6-time champion. Now he's going to have to win 4 straight sudden death games. Wrong time to lose.
That's wild. You know, the 1-2 crossover, they're always going to be 2 really good games, but that team that loses is in a really tough spot. They go a few hours in between the draws. Those third places in the pool, they've just been filing their nails all day, waiting to see who their opposition will be.
Yeah.
It's a very tight turnaround.
Pop their head out of the spot and see who they're playing. Yeah.
Definitely need curl.
And it's a long day, because don't forget, these teams or members of the team would have been out here matching rocks earlier today, and then you've got 2 games, and between this game and the next, there'll be more rock matching. It can wear away at you after a really long week.
You got it.
No question. And this guy's like, he just wants to win so bad, and now that you get punched in the nose, you got to come back and perform tonight.
Yeah, you saw him there, Brad Jacobs, shake his head a little bit, little deep breath, wondering what would have been. But it's obvious. You can point at it. Obviously, the steal in 6 was a big turnaround. The failure to convert on any of their last rocks, Jacobs, came in at 59%. And then, of course, the 3 on those 2 Jacobs stones, and his number down at 85. The game story brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. Proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995.
Good there.
I mean, that's... the opposition is better, obviously, but when you come in having converted and scored deuces with your last rock as much as you have, this is an issue.
It is, but I mean, the problem for Alberta today was 97% Brad Gushue.
Yeah.
There were a few ends where there was a relatively simple 2 setup, and Brad figuratively stood on his head to shut it down, put his rocks in exactly the right spot.
Whole team too, which makes Brad better. 94 as a team.
A little more for me.
Just tough to overcome.
Clean. 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 Good toss.
So you got to make them count now if you're Jacobs and the team from the Glencoe in Calgary. Ebert. Gallant. And now a chance to run them out of stones. Team Canada. Interestingly enough, the first over to congratulate Brad was his former teammate, Brett Gallant, who won 4 championships with him.
That's true.
And so, yeah, short turnaround. Make the final. 7-4. Canada is your winner, and they'll advance to that 1-2-page playoff against Dunstone. And it'll be on to now a must-win situation for Jacobs coming up tonight. So Mike McEwen will try and rebound as he goes against fellow Manitoban in Reed Carruthers, while Jacobs will face the blue nose of Owen Purcell from Halifax. And we'll have it for you 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And it is must win now in that game. Lost tonight, and you'll be out of this year's Brier here in Kelowna. What an afternoon it's been.
The 2025 Montana's Brier is presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by PointsBet, the official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada.
Yeah, autographs and selfies after a big win for Team Canada. Brad Gushue as he takes down Brad Jacobs, the undefeated Brad Jacobs, coming in 8 straight wins, the only undefeated team entering the playoffs. So now Gushue finds himself moving on to the 1-2-page playoff against Matt Dunstone, while Mike McEwen and Brad Jacobs need to pick themselves up, as McEwen will now play Reed Carruthers, and Halifax's Owen Purcell will go against Brad Jacobs. And make a note of the time. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time when we join you again. And from the 6 at the end of tonight, we'll be down to just the 4, of course. We'll eliminate 2 teams tonight when we join you again at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon in Kelowna. The Montana's Brier is here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.